That's crazy.
Right when we
Oh
go
my
live.
God, we're live right now.
She was like, "Thank you, baby." He was like, "Ugh."
Ah,
Check out my OnlyFans.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
got that
everyone
little
wants
thing
to
that
get
they
that
did.
topic then, bro.
oh my God. You guys are awesome.
Shout out to Stevie Wonder, Jungle Fever. What's up? What's up? What's up? Facebook, what's going on? Twitter, what's going on? Yo, the other shit, what's going on? Yo, Twitch, holla at your boy. I'm right here. How y'all doing tonight? Welcome to another episode of Clock Watch. And I'm your man right here. Listen, I'm the host with the mostest right now. I'm Black Earth, the owner of 2117. Shouts out. And with that being said, I'm going to pass the rock to my nigga right there, King Clips. What's good?
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's King Clips, man. We been doing family things. I'm gonna give a shout out to the whole movement. You know, watch. Black, you have the first topic up, I think, bro. I ain't mean to shot you out on air. You probably meant to do that, right? I hear that. So, yo, I'm gonna pass it to Lady E. You want to clock her?
What's up, everybody? I'm Lady E. Just happy to be here with y'all, speaking on these topics tonight. What's up, Sarah? What's up, John? And I'm just glad that everybody is here with us. It should be a great night, great topics that we're talking about. Some serious, some not so serious. But we got to speak on everything because we talk about the things that are uncomfortable for most people, and that's what we do. So get out of your comfort zone, come watch us, come chat with us, do your thing, and I can't wait to see y'all's comments. So thanks for joining us tonight.
That's dope. Well, we're going to throw it down to my dude, Riddlin. What's going on?
No, I didn't know who you were going to throw it at to first. Well, what's up, y'all, man? Glad to be here tonight. Second time on the show. Gonna get into some crazy stuff from what I've seen. Make sure y'all check me out tomorrow night in your face podcast. The Bucks just one day fired the cannons. Get up there, Big Kev.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Big Kev in the house. We about to chop it up. Gonna drop his ism on y'all. We're gonna try to have a good show. We're gonna have a good show, and hopefully don't nobody get offended. If you do get offended, you can take it up with God. All right, but that's it, man. Out here in the My House City, man. So that's what it is. So let's get this thing cracking.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? So what we're gonna do right here? We do have somebody coming in. We also had. Oh, I'm sorry. Montana was on with us a minute. I'm just trying to get all of my messages right now. She'll be back on, hop on very shortly. Also, we have a special guest that's trying to log on right now. Should be a good one right now. So I'm gonna stop procrastinating, and we're gonna really hop into our first subject, just like that. Like whoa, bow. And if you're reading low, follow the bottom right there. You see where it says there, the Twitter, the YouTube. All you need to get in touch with us is right there, floating across the bottom of the screen right there. And we need y'all, all our supporters in our community, please reach over to our YouTube page, subscribe, like, share, alert, follow that stuff there, tell a friend and tell a friend. And we doing this every Sunday, every Tuesday, every day of the week. We try. Listen, even if we not on, just smash that shit. Just if you like it, tell a friend, create another account, and smash that shit. That's how we gonna do it. So we're gonna hop into our first subject tonight, and to follow with the theme song, interracial dating. Is interracial dating still frowned upon? What are the challenges or obstacles that often arise? So I'm gonna throw it to my dude right there. You know, with the 49ers having a victory tonight, they having a real. They did a big. They were doing Big Daddy style with no quarterback. With no, you see my dog even barking. He's like, "Yo," they doing it with no quarterback, no defense, nothing. They just putting the blim blam on them niggas, son. Them Giants is on. They about to be the midgets of New York. They certainly ain't Giants.
You know, things were successful. Unfortunately, we lost like 7 of our key starters. So, you know, we had a good run of New York, but fortunately, it's time to go back home and face the Eagles. So, East Coast was fun. Got a lot of people hurt in the trenches. Let's move on to the topic tonight. So, I don't think that interracial dating is. I don't know. I don't know. This one is tough. This one is really tough because an interracial couple, for whatever reason, stands out more to the eye than any other couple. You know, like you're walking down the supermarket, black guy, white girl, and you're gonna notice that first before you notice an old lady over there stealing fish sticks. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what type of shit your eye is on, you're like, oh, hey, hi. Either you're gonna say after you notice it, hey, that's cool, or if you're a racist, oh, that's effed up, man. I want to kill either or person, you know, because you have hate in your heart. So I've never really seen it out in public. You know, on my day coming up, a lot of people hit their racism. So I don't know if the fact that I'm married to an Egyptian woman, I don't know if that counts as interracial, but to some it does, to some it doesn't. And I just look at her as my wife and my kids are my kids, you know. We have a very beautiful family. I didn't get frowned upon and nothing like that. I mean, nobody, you know. I mean, there are some challenges, you know, just being of a different race, period. But I
So
don't know if
nobody,
it can, yeah, not on my personal.
nobody's ever come at you guys together while you're out or gave you dirty looks because she's a different color than you. That's
Nope.
awesome. That's great.
Nope.
Awesome.
I never had that. And I'm gonna tell you what, I grew up in Warren Hills and I've never had that there either. You know what I'm saying? Like I've experienced racism on other levels, but nobody ever hit me. Like I met a lot of parents. You know what I'm saying? I met a lot of parents, man. And some of them was cool. Some of them was closet racist. So we never really got the full blown racism. Certain parents, I can think of like one that was legit racist, but you know, I don't know if it is still because I'm not dating. I can only end with the wife, and nah, it ain't really the problem. Me and her was running around, or me and my other daughter's mother. I don't know how it is now. Do you notice it? Yeah, but that's not the question, right?
I mean, really, though, that's like a play off the question though, because it's really like the question is basically, and is interracial dating frowned upon? It, which would be answered your question. Yes, it would be frowned upon still, whether they've done directly to you or not. If you still notice it, then that means it still applies. So that would mean that it isn't that it still exists in there. It's not just about, but it's not just one race. It's like any racial. Like if you date Asian, other Africans, or any, it doesn't make a difference. Like whatever you decide that you're into, do you still see it play a part? Do you feel like you feel a certain way? And when we get to my point, I will explain to you what I mean in totality. But we're gonna move on to Lady E because you're international. Want to know?
Known. Most of the men that I've dated was a different race than me. So I've always gotten those looks from people, or even just like my family members, especially, are the worst. They're just like really judgmental about people that I date, or my son. My son is biracial. He's half me and half Puerto Rican and Dominican. So, like when my parents, they first saw my son's father, they were just like, oh, oh, like that's who his father is. Like when I was still pregnant. So they have never even met my son because of just looking at his father. So that's kind of like what I deal with on that side of my family side. Not everybody in my family is like that. Other people in my family have met my son, love my son, treat them as their own. It's just, like first, my mom, my stepdad, my real dad, those type of people. They're just like, really close-minded people who are like just racist, and if you're not to our stature, you're not good enough, that kind of thing. And I'm just completely like the opposite of that. So, but even, I mean, not as so much when I go out or just everyday things, just going to the grocery store or whatever. Like, people don't really give too much of a hype about it. I have had one instance where I think I told you guys about this, but we were at Target one day with just me and my son. We're at Target and we went to the bathroom, and this older white lady was in the bathroom with us. And I'm sitting there washing my hands. My son is standing by the door waiting for me. And she comes up to him and was like, "Where's your mother? Like, are you like really concerned?" And I'm looking at her like he's basically standing almost right next to me. And she's like, "Where's your mom?" And I looked at her, I was like, "I'm right here." I'm like, "I'm his mother." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And like she just walks away. And it's like that was like the only first and only experience that I've ever really had with where it's like they don't see, like, even when he was a baby, people would come up to me and be like, "Oh my God, he's so cute. Is he yours? Is he your baby?" I'm like, "Yes, he's my baby." Like, I gave birth to him. So it's just, I think it's a lot of people, it's just weird for, they don't, it depends on the area that you're living in, for one. And it depends on, just basically it's like older people who make a comment. It's like the older generation, they're not used to it. But I love Wonder Woman too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the older generation who's not like really familiar with the newer generation, where it's like everybody from different races can date other races. So that's the only problem that I've come across. It doesn't deter me away from, being with somebody who I want to be with, or any type of feeling like that. So I just do what I want to do, and I'm attracted to who I'm attracted to. That's just the thing. And I don't worry about what anybody else thinks or what anybody else says when I go out. I don't worry about that. And if somebody did ever say anything sideways like that or come out of pocket and they had something to say, I'm pretty sure I would have a lot to say right back. So that's just me.
So you're gonna say something to you, be like, "Listen, yes, he's black. Yes, he's Asian. Yes, he's Spanish. I don't care."
Sure
All
would.
right, I
Because
got you.
you know what? You know how many people ask me how, like, what am I? Like, what am I mixed with? Who, like, am I white? Am I whatever? And there's so many people that ask me that question. So they already automatically think that I'm mixed with something. So I don't think that I get that attention as much as other like white girls with a black guy. Like you can definitely tell, or like a Spanish guy, or different race, doesn't matter. But for me, it's like they automatically think that I'm just a mixed person. And to see me with another mixed person, they just like, "Oh, okay, you're just like them."
Oh, just like them. That's what they hit you with.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, man. Okay. You using those trigger words. You using your
she
trigger
said.
words.
She said, "You people."
You people.
You people, just like that. Yep. There it is. That's what I said, bitches.
Yo, Michael Fields. Yo, shout out to Michael Fields. Yo, appreciate you joining and watching
Yep.
the podcast too. You gotta speak about all the unspoken stuff that needs to be heard. Those are factual. That's what we do. We try to forward the conversation. He also says when people ask me, I mix with, I'd be like, I'm a mutt and keep walking. You know. Yo, I
Yep.
feel you because
That's the
like
same
we.
thing I say. I'm a mutt.
That's a crazy thing. Cause me and Clips have many conversations about that. Even though we're black, ain't none of us truly black because through slavery times there's been all this mixture of races and shit like that. So there's no real true one race. We all evolve. We all evolved as people. So there's nothing. We'll get on another subject with that. But I'm gonna throw my boy. I'm gonna come to you in a minute, Big Kev. I'm gonna go right over to Riddlin right
Yeah,
there
that's cool.
because he's in your face podcast. He right there for you to see. So I want to know your experiences, Riddlin. What's up?
Well, me, man, I date all races, man. I've never had a problem with that, man. I mean, I agree with her, man. Whatever you're into is what you're into, and that's your own business. Like I personally never like been in a relationship with like I don't know, like I've dated a lot of like Spanish and black girls, but I've never been like in a full blown like relationship, like a year, 2 years, or something like that. I've just dated a lot. Um, Out in public, you can see it all the time. I mean, I'm always watching my surroundings, watching who's looking at me, what's going on. I mean, you can point. I mean, it's not hard to find out who's got a problem with you walking around with somebody. Like, ooh, look at them. What are they doing? And it's just like, yo, take a picture. You know what I'm saying? It lasts longer. But I mean, sometimes though, when I would go out with when I go out with a black chick, bro, the brothers, man, they hate that shit the most. Some of them would just walk by and be like, "Why you walking so hard, bro?" You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get a rise out of you, man. Because they're like, well, why is he with her? Why is she with him? And like not with one of us? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit right there is whack. I mean, some people just set in their own ways, especially like an older crowd. Like people just have a problem with getting used to change. I mean, this is 2020, man. Interracial relationships are happening all over the place. I mean, all over the world. And you just have to be able to adjust. If you don't like it, man, well, then keep your fucking opinions to yourself. But like, don't come over here and step on my toes and be like, well, this is wrong and this is not right. And it's like, yo, like, okay, well, you know, that's your opinion, and you know, I'm gonna do me. Um, but I've never been like approached though, like besides like, oh, why are you walking so hard? I've never had anybody like, approach me like, oh, this is bad or anything like that. Like, I mean, that's really all I got to say about that because I've never really had a big obstacle except that, and that's all I got to say about that.
So nobody came up to you and like, hey, yo, why you with all that chocolate? Do it taste like chocolate milk, B? And no,
I mean,
like,
hey,
how
man,
you handle all that ass?
Hey man, I love Jungle Fever though, man, but ain't nobody came up to me like that.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
he said, yeah. How you handle all that ass?
And that's what I
Right.
want to know. I'm like, and nobody came. Nobody came
Right.
out. No, because that's why I wanted to address the situation. Because just like Michael Fields just said, I'm gonna bring the comment right back up because he's 100% correct. It's not only white, to be honest. It's all races. They each don't understand. There's an issue because of whatever is done to their past or their family, whatever like that. They create these not unnatural, but these biased opinions as formality, and we're different. We're different than we were back then. You know what I mean? So like we evolve because we actually fall in love with the person. And we date people for other reasons. You know what I mean? Some people date each other because there's that chemistry that connect, that connection that they see between each other. Others date for physical attributes. You know what I mean? It's just what it comes down to being. He also has another conversation too. Oh, this is a new generation. Yep, basically we were talking about a new generation. It shouldn't be a problem with that no more. We are all mixed on God. Those are facts, my G. That is. Jesse popped up in with a comment. Michael Fields that asks what you're mixed with, or where you from. That's kind of surprising to me. You know what? It really is. It's all races, man. It's not just white people. I'm not gonna sit here and blast them for that. we all have our own biases and prejudices that lead us to believe certain things and manipulates the ways where we choose. Um, that's just how it comes down to. But before I dig in my box, I'm gonna go over to my dude right there. That man, the professional, with his professional opinion. We're
That's
going
funny.
to Big Kev. What's your take on it, B?
The reality of it is that, man, people have been mixing it up since the beginning of time. People have dated folks from other races since the beginning. It's nothing new. It's an issue maybe here in America, maybe some countries, but man, people love who they love for the reasons they love them. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like, is it still frowned upon? I don't know, man. If you grew up during the civil rights movement or some shit like that, maybe. I mean, maybe if you old, but it happens on both sides. You know, you got old black folks that don't really agree with it. You got old white folks that still don't agree with it. You got people from different races that are older who have issues with it. And I think they have issues with it is because they don't want their loved ones to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know, like, I mean, I never had no issues with it. I grew up in a military household. I grew up with all kinds of people all my life. So I never had no issues with, you know, dating people outside of my race. My parents didn't raise me to be like, stick with your own kind. I mean, they just wasn't like that. But if in this day and age, man, if you have problems with people mixing it up and loving a person from another race, you got a serious fucking problem. This is America. Now, especially in a place like on the West Coast, East Coast, down South, shit like that. If you don't see that, then you probably live in the boonies. You know what I'm saying? If you don't see interracial couples, you probably live in the sticks somewhere. And that's the only place I could see a person having an issue with interracial dating. You grew up in the sticks. I don't know where that would be. Maybe somewhere down in Florida somewhere. I don't know. Maybe somewhere in the Texas somewhere in a small, you know, one horse town. And I think that this whole interracial thing is, if you still stuck on shit, you need to get a life, bro, because life is way too important for you to be stuck on other people's happiness. You need to get you some business and mind it and not be worried about somebody else being in love or, you know, doing anything. Now, I do know that there's some people that have their little persuasions. They like this for that reason. They like that for that reason. And whatever, man, you into what you're into. But as far as like challenges and obstacles, I'm a different cat because whoever I'm with is who I'm with. And if you got a problem with that, if you approach me about it, it's going to be a problem. You see what I'm saying? If you got challenges, if I'm out with whoever and you got a challenge or a problem with it, you better keep that shit to yourself, because as soon as you come to me with that shit, it's going to be a problem. You see what I'm saying? So it's the challenges are not on my side, it's on your side. But I don't think you want to come to me with those issues, because it'll definitely be a problem. So, and Mr. Fields, check this out, bro. If somebody asks you what you mixed with, you tell them dogs are mixed, bro. You biracial. And ask them why you asking. See what I'm saying?
My bad, I made you disappear for a second there. I thought you were about to read that comment. That's why you said Mr. Field. So let me run the comment real quick while you were speaking. Because in return, what he said is, love is love. To a certain extent, you know. The older people that don't understand are from back then so they understand that, wow, it was back in the day. But us in this room understand we are the last little bit. Just depends on how we were raised. And you know what? Those are some statements you're making there, B.
But I mean, like, I wasn't raised like that, but I'm still I'm still accepting of other races. I wasn't raised to accept other races, but I already knew like that's what I was supposed to do, just because, you know, of friends that I've had or people that I know other outside of my family. So not all about how you're raised. It's like what you want to learn, what you want to go out of that like bubble to learn more about other races. And I was always intrigued with other races and cultures and all that stuff. And I didn't want to be in that bubble. So, I mean, it's not about how you're raised, because if I was raised the way I was supposed to be raised, I wouldn't be right here right now talking to all of you.
You just can't stay away, huh? You can't stay away?
You gotta taste that chocolate. She couldn't stop. See, that's
No,
what's up,
Yeah,
brother.
like I love learning about other cultures and just
Mhm.
like seeing how other people live and how other people interact with each other and like just all of that. It just I love it. Like I don't want to be just specifically in a bubble where it's like white is the only people that you're supposed to know and love and care about. Like there's so many other beautiful people out in this world that
Yeah.
can teach you things and you can experience so many other things. So that's what I love about just all of you guys learning everything. So
You got hate in your heart, let it out.
Let it out.
Vibe out.
There you go.
You know, kind of still on the same topic, but this dude that I know, man, we're really good friends. He's from upstate, from New York. He's from Brooklyn. I met this dude probably about 5 years ago at a house party and stuff, man. Light skinned black dude, man. I'm not gonna name names, but real cool cat, bro. And he had a problem like hanging out with like white people, like in general. He just had a problem because he was seeing a girl. He was like Air Force, and he was seeing a Spanish girl, and these Spanish and these white dudes fucking they jumped him one night and just beat the shit out of him because they were jealous that he took this girl from them. Basically, they wanted the girl, but like he had it, and then they just they beat the shit out of him one night, and he was literally with like hanging out with dudes like me, man, and like and it took a long time for me and him to actually like hang out after this party, but he took like what's the word, man? He just liked my approach of how he came. He's like, man, I just don't fuck with y'all anymore like that, like in general. But he used to say, man, he used to date white girls and go to their house, and they'd be like, nah, man, you're not. Like their parents be like, nah, you're not welcome here. And he'd be like, yo, man, He used to say that I'd be lighter than they were. Like what the fuck?
That's a damn shame.
But stuff like
you
that.
know.
Yeah, identity crisis.
What'd you say?
So yeah, identity crisis.
Yeah, but I'm just saying stuff like
Mhm.
that can change somebody how they even look at the next dude. Like because he had a bad instant, he doesn't really fuck with people like me anymore. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean that's just a thing. A point I guess I was just saying, man. Like things like that can traumatize. Not saying he was traumatized, but can make you feel some type of way about another race. You know what I'm saying? Just because of that experience that he had. But moving forward.
No, I find it crazy because one of the things I wanted to throw in this question that I didn't put in there is that when people say shit like I don't date certain races, that shit is racist. B like when you say like I don't
Yeah.
like if I said like I don't date Asian women because that's not what I'm into. That's bullshit. What it comes down to is when you don't date somebody is because of their character or their personality, the persona, how they carry themselves. You don't eliminate a whole race of people because of a color. That shit makes no fucking sense because that means you're fitting into the stereotype. And anybody, I don't care who you are, friends included, any woman that I know that says they don't date black men because that's not what they're into, that's racist. And I don't care what you feel about it, that's fucking racist. That's just like if I said I don't date black women, that would be racist towards my own fucking race of saying I don't date black women. It goes anywhere, like Asian, Spanish, and I'm equal love. I'm more of a it's more when it comes to me, it's like almost like spiritual and a connection of because it's far beyond physical for me. It's
So do you feel like if you had a bad relationship with one particular ethnicity of people and you were like, fuck that, I'm
Yeah.
done with Latino bitches.
nah.
And you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't do. I've heard that like plenty of time. I didn't take it as Joe. This
Well,
guy's
that's
racist. I think
ignorance.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being
There's so
stupid.
There's so much.
Before you respond, let me jump in these comments real quick. I got Darlene. What's up, Darlene? You love it. We love you too. Thank you for your support. Share a friend to get your friends to come on there, and also donate to that Clockwatch Teesprings. Go ahead and buy you a T-shirt, buy you a nightgown, buy you some panties on that motherfucker. Get intimate with
Yeah,
yourself,
you
like
got
a candle.
panties out?
Yeah.
I'm in there.
We in there. We in there like swimwear, baby. Go ahead and dive in there and spend all your money there. Spend it at Clockwatch. Also, we got Eddie saying that racist social construct Culture is all. Eddie,
You're absolutely right.
and I agree with that because I'm all about the culture. I love to learn other people. I don't give a fuck about the race. It's more about the culture and what I learn and take from that meeting that we meet. Also, Michael Phillips is back in here, like no doubt. There's different ways of how you are brought up. It just depends on what you listen to. If you think it's right, it may be wrong. So that's why you go down your own path to figure that out. That's correct. You can be around races or not, but ever, this is divided. No matter what we do, we all think differently, and that is true when you break it down to the science of that comment right there. Also, he wasn't finished. He hit me back up with that. The only thing I love is personality, which is a fact because personality tells you a lot about a person. That's definitely true. We got Eddie back in here said, who? Yeah,
Johan
created the concept. Yeah. Johan Friedrich. Bloombach. I'm listen. I'm not trying to create any more T-shirts, so I'm making sure I'm reading their shit correctly.
Blumenbach created the concept.
Also, Eddie, man, I talk too much. My bad. Nah, B. Yo, we want that love. Yo, keep it coming, B. You can never talk too much. That's real shit. Keep that energy up, man. We appreciate it. I got Jason Bowen says, it's preference versus racial indifference. Nah, B. Nah. It's not preference when you divide for race because each person acts fucking different. It's not. You can't base a whole race off of one person's action. And that there's no such thing as a preference when it comes to racial divide. There's a preference that you don't want to date a drug dealer. There's a preference that you don't want to date a Wall Street tycoon. There's a preference you want to jump no uppity person or somebody's conceited. But when you divide it over race, hellboy, that's not. That's not even a conversation. That's not even a thing. What you said, I respectfully disagree. It's racial. It really is. Because each person brings something new to a format. Because I met many women that I date that are of the same race that add something different and culturally to my life. And I learn different things from them because of the upbringing from their parents or their culture, what they bring into it. It has nothing to do about a fucking race. Word up, Earth. Yo, I appreciate it, Eddie Nashby. Much love, my brother.
I do think a lot of people go and date a certain race and they have like a really bad experience with that kind of race. So they automatically is like, I don't want to date Hispanics or I don't want to date Mexicans or black people or whoever.
Hold on. Let me interrupt you real quick. I hate to sorry to do that. Jason Bones, you're correct. She is a racist. If she's saying that she only dates black men, it doesn't. That doesn't. You're thinking because I am black, I'm saying that it only applies to white people dating black people. It applies to black people dating white people, Asians dating black people, Asians dating white people, Spanish dating other black men. Any construct at all. When you start to divide a person of their character and who they are based on their race solely, then you are a racist. No matter how much you want to break that down or how you want to format it or ask me a question to try to put it in some tomfoolery and some shit, you are a racist. There are prejudices, and we all are prejudiced. Don't get me wrong. There's a difference between racist and prejudice. So you can be prejudiced towards certain things.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. You can be prejudiced towards different things, but when it comes down to the fine tooth of the thing, to the finality, when you divide a person because of their race, you're not even looking for anything else but the color of their skin and going forward. That's what I'm trying to say, my man. But I appreciate the comment, though. Don't get me wrong, brother. I got you. And I know you meant to say what if. I do. I understand. I know what you got, bro. Definitely.
All right, you right, but people do have what they're attracted to. You know what I'm saying? Some people are attracted to Italian women, or people can be attracted to Italian men. That doesn't necessarily make them racist. It just makes them what they're attracted to. But if you say, I'm hearing echo and it's throwing me off.
Hold on. I know you're about to dive into the professional opinion, but I do want to hear this comment out real good. Yeah, he said, Eddie Man says, I got major love for the Sicilian and Irish culture, but they have issues with color, and those are facts. Because I still consider myself black Irish. I'm dealing with black people, Irish people all day long. I know how that is. But go ahead and dive into your point. Go ahead, Big Kev. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah. And the funny thing about that last comment is if you really look into the history of those folks, they'll realize that it's black folks that really they that's their history and their culture. They don't want to accept that shit for some reason, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But people do have their preferences. They like what they like. People are attracted to what they're attracted to. I don't know if that necessarily makes them a racist. That just makes them attracted to what they're attracted to. Now, if they say I don't fuck with these people for this reason, then that may be that's a racist thing. You know what I'm saying?
But back to homie's question over there, where he was just like, what if a girl's just into black girl? Or I'm sorry, what if the girl's just into black men? Is that racist? But what if she's still hanging out with other cultures though? But she's just into dating that specific race though. I don't think that's racist I don't think that's racist at all, because you don't know what her friend base is. Maybe she could just be into that and then just be like, that's all I like. That's all I want to see. So you know what I'm saying? I think that's a little. I think that's like a little, like a barrier right there, because I don't think that's racist at all. Because if I was to say, well, I only date Puerto Rican girls, but I sleep with all the other different races, does that make me racist? I'm not saying that. No.
What I'm saying? When you said that you only sleep with certain women and you dismiss the other and won't sleep with them, that does make you a racist. Here's the thing about it is, what you're saying, Big Kev, is a subconscious racism. Because what you're dealing with, you're saying that you believe that you're not, that's just your preference. When your preference is not a human being or the value of that person or what they bring to the table, and you're already eliminating a brand because that's just what you're into, you've already forced yourself into that box of being racist. And you're just unaware of those things. Although you could be prejudiced, but racism is when you deny a whole race because of one misfortune of one person. I mean, that's why we have this panel. We agree to disagree. It's all good.
It's not that I disagree with you at all. I'm trying to be serious about this because me personally, I'm gonna be in love with who suck my dick the best, no matter what the color is. That's who I'm gonna be in love with. See what I'm saying? So I feel you. I'm just throwing different things out there. But that's where I come from. So.
You know what? When I was starting to date after my relationships, I was usually only attracted to everybody else that was not white. And I don't know, after my divorce, I became more like open-minded for other races. Like maybe I was like, oh, I don't want to date Mexicans, or I don't want to date Asian guys or whatever, but I became more open to just experience other people and learning about their cultures and getting to know them for them and not just looking at their race or their color or whatever. So if you don't have an open mind, then you can't just fixate on just one race and be like, this is what I'm attracted to. Because you're missing out on everybody else that's around you that you meet. Like, you don't know who your soulmate is until you actually meet them. And you don't know, like, who you're going to meet in the future. So just keep an open mind when it comes to those kind of things. And you just never know. You don't know who you're going to end up with or who you're attracted to. So.
Good point. I'm going to jump in with Jason's comment real quick. He said, she may just like a black man's swagger and have a preference for black men, but she could have dated other races in the past. Now, that is a actual point there, and that is dope because that is true. But that would not classify as a racist. But when you've never dated any preference and that you're just,
I get what you mean now. I get what you mean now.
I think
now it's like, all right, that makes sense. I think you have to throw that in from the gate in that particular question.
For anybody
because you could have probably, I 100% agree with Jay, could have possibly dated already. You just prefer this because that's more your speed. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. If you tried, see, here's my thing. Here's the magic, right? You can't judge anyone or any food or any pair of sneakers or anything until you've at least experienced it, right? So would it make you a racist if you experienced it already? And I think that's what we're building towards here. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. Like if somebody tells me, "Hey, yo, this restaurant is trash," I go there and I happen to like that shit. Um, it would be biased of me to say, "Nah, man, that even though negative energy flows faster than good." It would be very easy of me to say, "Man, fuck that restaurant. Such and such said it was trash." But I would be hypocritical over trash if I've never, or biased, however,
Yeah.
pulling the store trash off of what someone else told me without experiencing it myself. So yeah,
Yeah.
go experience
Yeah.
you a Mexican guy, you know what I'm saying? Mexican
Yeah.
girl, a Puerto Rican girl, before you throw that stain on them at least. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Before you
We
say, hey,
agree with that.
listen, I don't mess with these people or these group of people before, at least come from a place of experience. Even still, don't let it be. Don't get too crazy, like, because you never know who you might meet as an individual of that race later on in the past.
Right.
It's cool to joke with your boys, but to actually like, yo, I mean that shit. Hey, that's kind of bugged out of you, man, because there's good people in all races. So
Exactly. I think we could all agree on that, man. That's a good point, man. I think we were kind of dancing around that actually.
yeah,
And to me,
Well,
that would just be common sense.
I was trying to imply that earlier with that
Yeah.
comment. That's what I was saying. Like she could have dated past
Yeah.
races, and now she's just strictly into the. Yeah, that's what I was trying to imply earlier.
yeah. When Black finally said preference, I was all right. I get it
Right, right.
because you can't just say, hey, listen. And there are people out there who, like, I believe this geared towards that'll just look at a situation and say, hey, I'm not dating that person because they're Hispanic, or I'm not dating that person because they're Indians. And I heard that Indians are. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's some bullshit right there.
That's
Yeah.
bullshit. Like, date you like 7 and be like, yeah, nah, I ain't fucking with them because they into this and I'm not into that. Period.
Mm.
He said, let's talk about gold diggers versus real women that don't care about money.
First of
That's
all,
far and
bro,
few between.
right after Lady E has something to say, I'm gonna go ahead and clear that up for you real quick. Go ahead, Lady E. You have something to say.
Gold diggers versus real women. Okay,
What up, Anthony Moss?
I got you on that.
Yo, Anthony Moss, baby, just for you, homie.
Hulk always angry.
We go.
What's up, Anthony Moss? Thanks for watching us tonight.
And I'm gonna let you finish your thought. Michael Phil says, still depends on personality and how you carry yourself. Hear you. Yo, Jason Bell, this is my dude right there. He says, yo, so many flavors of ice cream to taste. Why limit yourself to one? And those are facts, B. You never know.
Real talk.
Yeah.
He is
no one's
not
half the
lying.
battle. No
Not
one's
at
half
all.
the battle. Lady, continue your thought, baby.
No one is half the.
Are we
Look at
am
you.
I talking on the gold diggers and the women that don't care? Am I talking about that?
No. You were still talking about listen. You talk about what you ever want. You got the floor and the rest. So whatever you want to do.
Yeah, you were coming in with a thought. My bad.
Yeah.
I was talking. What happened?
You raised your hand for something.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying how, like, I was one of those people that was, like, only attracted to one race because of their, like, swag and how they carry themselves. Because I was mainly attracted to Black guys for the longest time. And, like, if I dated anybody else outside of that, my friends, my real close friends would be like, what? Really? Like, you're with a white guy or you're with a Spanish guy? Or, like, they were, like, really surprised. And I just think it's like, I'm attracted to other races, but I also look at like personality and who I connect with the most. And if I just shut myself out with like so many other races come and like approach me and like try to date me or whatever, and if I just shut them out automatically just because of the way they look, I'm just closing myself off to all these other possibilities. Like, what if I turned away my soulmate one day just because of his race or the way that he looked or whatever. And that's what a lot of people do. They're focused on just one specific race that they're attracted to. And, as you get older and as you grow, you're going to become more attracted to other different things besides what you were attracted to in your 20s or your younger, like 20s, as you get older. So don't limit yourself to just one specific thing. As you get older, you want more things out of life. You want more things out of a man. So not every race or person that you're attracted to always has whatever you're looking for. So just be open-minded with that, and you never know like what you're gonna come across. That's all I was trying to say.
So what you're saying is don't limit yourself because you might miss out on real true love, basically.
Right, exactly.
That's what you're saying.
I mean,
back to that gold digger thing, man, that he was talking about, right? So here's a question I got for y'all, right? Mainly towards Lady E here. Do you go out though? Like, not saying that just you in general, but like girls come to the bar expecting that a guy's gonna buy them a drink all the time, right? Like I go to the bar, girls sit down next to me, and I literally won't buy them a drink. Either they ask me to, nah, man, we gotta talk for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, because if I buy you a drink and you get bored of me, you're just gonna move on to the next dude that's just gonna buy you another drink. Girls go out without money expecting a guy to buy them drink. Why are you even out in the first place? So like, do you go out like expecting that, or do you go out and like if a guy offers you a drink, you'll take it, but do you go out and just like fuck it, if someone wants to buy me a drink, it happens, or do you go out and initially expecting that to happen?
Before you answer that, shout out to Quincy Moore. Always a good time in here. Appreciate the love. Anthony and Maz. To touch on what Lady E said, the vibe is very important. How y'all click on connect is everything. Those are facts. Jason Brown jumps in.
Fact.
When you purchase a vehicle, you don't just look for Ford models. You need to drive all models to see what you like. Those are facts. So
exactly.
Lady E, go ahead.
Yeah.
I just want to protect it from you.
When I go out to the bar or club, I'm usually with a girlfriend or by myself. Even if I go by myself or with a girl, I'm always prepared to pay for my own shit. Always that. And if I can, like back in my early 20s, I would go out with no money because I always expected guys to pay for me, or I would just get free drinks because it was ladies' night or whatever. But now that I'm older, it's like I only go out if I know that I can pay for my drinks, and I know like that all night because I don't know what to expect. I'm not expecting people or other guys to buy me drinks all night. But usually, like if a guy comes up and talks to me at a bar, I don't ask him to buy me a drink. I'm not like, oh, so you're gonna buy me a drink if you want to talk to me or whatever. No, I'm not that type of person. So either they offer, if they offer, I'm like, all right, sure, I'll have a drink with you. But I also make it known, I don't know. I kind of sound like an asshole right now. But
Go ahead.
I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but I also make it known I'm not interested. I'm just like, look, I'm here to have a good time. I'm not interested in meeting people right now, or I just lay it out for them. And usually either they take it as like, okay, that's cool. Like, you're still a cool person. Like, sometimes they'll still buy me a drink, whatever. But I make sure it's known from the get-go before they buy me a drink. Like, look, it's not going anywhere other than that, that kind of thing. And as long as
have you gone out and actually started talking to do and offered to buy them a drink?
Oh, I don't offer guys to buy it. I don't buy them drinks. Nope, not at all.
No, I've had girls ask me if they could buy me a drink. Now that to me, on a reverse psychology, if a girl offers me to buy me a drink after I've been talking for a minute, then I really think like, well, this girl's got to be interested. Maybe she's offering me one. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So
That means you gotta give her a dick.
the only time that I would buy a guy a drink is if I already knew him before that, And I was like, I wanna take you out and get you a drink because of whatever situation you're going through or whatever, like you wanna hang out with me, that's cool. I'll buy you a drink. I don't mind that. As long as I know. But if I met you right there at the bar, I'm not buying you a drink. I don't know you. You don't have to buy me a drink.
Cool.
I'm not expecting that. Like, what the fuck? If you wanna do it, that's fine. Don't expect the same shit from me.
Double standards. Double standards. Us
It's
men
not
out there
double
need drinks too.
I'm letting you know. I'm
Yeah,
letting you
check this out.
Hold on, I'm about to
Um,
read the comment.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Yeah, that means I'm thirsty too. I just want to let you know that, lady. Michael Phillips said, so you would date a younger or older man that has his life together, younger or older woman that do too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I would date a younger guy that has his life together or an older guy that has his life together.
All right. So Jason says, I mean, if a guy is making decent money, usually buying a drink is a gentleman thing to do. A few bucks won't hurt.
Yeah, now if the girl takes advantage of it, though.
They
All
all
right,
take
bro.
advantage of it though. They all
It
do.
depends on the conversation, though. It depends
Does-
on how the conversation is going to go and how interested this person is in this other person.
Does
So-
maturity matter?
Yeah,
Well,
doesn't matter.
all right. I gotta go ahead, man. Go ahead, bro.
I'll read the last comment. Then Clips has something to say first. Then Jason says, but on the other hand, if a woman offers me a drink, I think that is the ultimate compliment. Yeah, I got a story to tell about that shit. Remind me later though. Clips, you had something to say, and then I'm supposed to
Yeah.
pick up.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that there's been plenty of times where ladies bought me drinks, man. It's nothing really. Not really. Yeah, that's not really a big deal. Like, it's an alpha move by them. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like they can sit here and afford to get you fucked up. That's the go-to. That's how they step to you. They step to you like a dude. They'll out alpha you if you let them. You know what I'm saying? Some of them. So it's not really. I don't know. I never looked at it as like, oh my god, she bought me a drink. I'm just like, yeah, it's what it is, man. I know who I am, man. You know what I'm
So,
saying?
I'm sorry, I don't know because that must be that light skinnedness. I have no.
Yeah, I know it's the Bella, man.
Y'all light skinned niggas getting drinks paid for and shit. That's what it's going on.
Let that shit go, man. That shit is
It
regular.
does happen, though, man. It does happen.
Women,
Regular, dude. You know.
they're more confident nowadays in approaching a man because, back in the days, they were like, the men always have to approach me if they're interested. And a lot more women are coming out there now and approaching guys and like, can I buy you a drink? Like,
Can
from
I
the
buy you a
before even
drink?
talking to them. But I'm like, for me, I need to talk to somebody first before I'm like, hey, let me buy you a drink. Or, it's like, I'm not just going to come up to some guy, and I don't expect some guy to come up to me and be like, let me buy you a drink just because I'm attracted to you physically.
Why not?
Yeah.
What if he had gray sweatpants on?
Yeah, that was hilarious how she put it. Let me buy you a drink because I'm attracted to you physically.
Right?
Right.
You got the gray
I'm
sweatpants on. I'm
attracted
trying to
to
buy
you
you a drink.
Like, you
I'm
don't even
attracted to you
personality. It could
physically.
be like complete bitch, and like you come up and like, can I buy you a drink? Yeah, sure, buy me a drink, and then I'm not gonna talk to you for the rest of the night. That kind of thing. And it's like,
Ooh.
like you have to actually talk to somebody and be like, you know what? And you both already have drinks in your hand, so you're talking as you're drinking.
They just want you to know if you get thirsty. I mean,
I got you.
Right. I got you.
Big ant
That's
out
funny.
there in the world today. Hold up. I
That's
gotta go to my man's comment right here.
I do. I'm like sipping on my drink, and I get to the bottom, and I'm like slurping just the ice. I'm like,
and they just yeah.
what are you gonna do about this?
Drink isn't gonna fill itself, fella.
I was like, oh, I'm empty. Oh, damn.
I don't know
And then-
about
I'm gonna
drinks.
read it because I don't know if you're read it already, but my shit froze. I don't know about drinks, but Johns these days aren't shy to take a brother to dinner. And yo, I feel you because that's that power move. That's that power move for Shorty to take you out to dinner. That's good. So I mean, she's confident that you ain't ever leaving. again afterwards.
You ain't
My-
ever leaving.
Anthony Miles is like, yo, exactly,
You
Clips.
ain't ever leaving. Hey, yo, Black. If you,
I know
Nope.
this pussy.
yeah. Are you leaving the girl that pays for your dinner, yo? And she
She
like,
I don't
nah,
know.
God.
It all depends where she take me.
And she was like, yo, I know how you get, so I took care of it at the door. Just
It
got
all
her.
depends where we going. It all depends
I
where
mean?
we end up.
Like, y'all going to some real nice nights.
We got
Depends,
some
like,
nice night. I got,
You gonna be with her forever? Is that like a marriage
Mr.
proposal
Childs,
for
B.
you?
Mrs. It all depends. If could she hook up a steak, nigga? If she good, if she good,
So if a girl buys a man dinner and takes him out, she's expecting to be with him for life. That's
Exactly.
Oh my God.
That's
Thank you.
It's true. It's true. And if you're not ready for that, don't accept that.
Don't accept that response.
Don't accept that dinner.
Don't
Nope.
accept it.
Nope.
But what if she just got it like that? She one of the Rothschilds.
It's
You
a
know what I'm
setup.
saying?
Hold up. Lady E is not wrong. Not at all. I'm gonna read the comment and I'm gonna tell you the story about the other night.
What if she thinks she's like Applebee's or something, man? That's something.
Nah. If she tell you to Applebee's, that's a broke bitch, and you don't want her, B.
It doesn't matter.
I'm saying.
If the handcuffs on you, she got you.
Hold on. I'm trying to get back to our comments, B, because for whatever reason, Verizon fuck with me, and they gonna get the next payment, and my shit keep fucking up.
That's crazy.
We got Darlene. I don't know if that means is this medicated Darlene or non-medicated?
That's funny.
Yeah. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Anyway. Yeah. So we're
Ask
gonna
her if
move
she
on to the
need
next
help.
one. Quincy Moore says, I feel as though yes, women are more confident and much more bold. Yet, as a whole, they're quick to switch it up and want us as men to pamper and have them up. They hem them up. You ain't lying, brother. That's what we going to. But it almost never goes both ways. That is just like my next man said. Everyone on share this 100%. Yo, share this shit. Share the shit out of this motherfucker.
Thank you. Thank you.
Big out to Michael Fields. Word up. Yo, my boy Anthony Moore said, it's a trap.
Yep, I told you.
But the Mills be finger licking good. Yo, you was not yo. Word up. Yo, I got a quick story because I had to respond before we move to the next subject.
I got one to say.
Go ahead. A lady first.
If the women want to buy men dinner and stuff and take them out, you better be expected to keep doing that shit as the relationship goes on. Because if you're gonna do that in the beginning, you gotta do it to the end. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but guys don't do that shit. Why women got to?
Guys better do that shit, and if they don't, women notice that too. So
yeah,
if you're not ready and willing to
so they gotta eat dinners every week.
No, at least once
out to dinner every week. What are you talking about?
Once a month, once or twice a month.
I'm talking about like once a week. You guys go out and your girl pays for the dinner. You like the man is gonna expect that shit a couple times, just like a woman expects that shit.
Give it up, turn it loose.
If you guys are not prepared to do that, don't even start it from the beginning. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but yo, forget all
you gotta do what you gotta do.
I did
y'all.
Y'all spoke.
To that.
It's time to let me speak.
No,
y'all took about 58 minutes of this damn talk. I'm gonna take at least 10 minutes. Fuck all that.
He already got you, B. She ain't gotta take you out to dinner no more. It's a
No. Oh, Mr. 49ers, the mute is really working. My shit hyperactive tonight. Ain't been used in a while.
Hey, Black, tell your story because I got something to say about this.
Peep game. I was out the other night, B. Check this out. I was in there. I was surveying the atmosphere, seeing getting the vibe, what's going on, seeing how the movers and shakers was. Yo, this shorty walked in, and I'm like, "Go damn, yo, I might have to holler. I might have to holler in my situation." because I was going through some things. I was going through some motherfucking things, and I had to make sure that the shoulders still work. So I approached Shorty. You know what I mean? I said, you know, what's up? Da da da. You got clock watch. Means you got social media. Yo, you should tune in. Da 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 da. She probably shout out to you right now, because if this story makes sense to you, then you know who you are. If you're following right now. So I approached her, and she was with this dude. So I had to get the dude. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get your social medias too. So he put the information in there right there. I erased it after he put it in there because I wasn't really interested in what was going on with that dude.
Oh shit!
But Shorty put it in there, right? So we talking and shit like. I'm saying, yo, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude. I mean, you with your man and shit like that. And she was like, nah, we on our first date. I was like, you on your first date? Word? I was like, yo, how'd y'all meet? She was like, yo, we met on Hinge. I said, oh, that app that you're supposed to delete? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know that. And we got to the politics, yada yada yada. She's from Jersey, da 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 da. And I just to include her dude in the conversation, I said, yo, where you from? He was like, I'm from right here. I was like, nah, nigga, I ain't never seen you out once. And I listen, I'm out here all the time. I don't see you out here once. So we talking, we politicking. I walk away. I wait till the dude go to the bathroom again or talking to somebody else. I roll out. I say, yo, fuck all the social media, yo. Let me get the math. Let me get the. In New York, we say math, which is equal to your number. So the number, the sequence of digits is math is what we call your number. So I guess the math, and you gotta learn. Listen. So I get the number and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, what you doing afterwards? I'm like, yo, I'm going to another place around the corner. You know, me and my peoples, we gonna slide through there afterwards and shit like that. And old boy rolled up on him. So the end of the night, I'm fast forwarding, a lot of shit happened that night, but I'm gonna tell you about this one particular story. So we leaving, and she's like, yo, I'm following you wherever you go. I was like, all right, cool, no doubt, let's make that happen. So we walking down the block to the next spot. It was me, a couple of my dudes, her man, supposedly. So we get to the corner. And I'm like, yo, I look back and say, dude, what you trying to go home? Why you falling behind? You supposed to be walking up here with your chick. He's like, I said, yo, I was thinking about going home. I said, but you know, he said, you could take her home. I was like, oh, it's like that. And then he didn't have to tell me that. I knew I was taking her anyway. When I saw her, I knew I was taking her, so it didn't make a difference. I was just trying to be nice about it. So so we go to the next spot. We chilling. I know the bouncer give me my love. He set us up nicely in a nice little section, the U-shaped couch and shit like that. Little intimacy shit. I can't speak. Intimacy shit going on there. And so we up in there. I run and go grab the drinks and shit like that. I come back to the table, and this dude ain't at the table no more. I'm like, yo, what the fuck happened to this dude? She was like, yo, I told him to go home.
Damn.
She told this nigga to go home. How? I knew that your first date with him was our first date. And I told her like just like this. I was like, yo, sometimes you met him to meet me and you didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? I think you're right. I think you're right. So fast forward, long story short, I end up, we got plans in the future. Yeah. But what I was saying to you was, what she was telling me about that dude that she was with, she came from Jersey to meet a dude that lived where I live, drove an hour to meet this dude. She told me this dude lived at home, had no paper. She paid for the whole date. How's this chick coming from an hour away to see you in your hometown and she paying for everything? Everything. How do you feel like a man? Like how do you feel? She even when we were out on our so-called first date, she offered to pay, and I was like, nah, that's not happening. I don't do that. I didn't feel like I would be of a man like, oh, shorty, yeah, you get that, baby, yeah. Nah, I just said, and she was like, I paid for all his drink, and then he had the nerve to order more shit. I didn't like.
Nope.
What type of nigga do that? Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just my old school shit. I'm not with that Dutch shit. I'm a man. We on a date. We chilling. Even if I broke up your date, I'm gonna pay for your drink because I broke up your date. I have to be at least a gentleman, like whatever it is. You know what I mean? I just how I work at it.
You shoplifted the Punani, bro.
I did. I absolutely did. I really did, and I have no shame because I did it more times since then. So
Sound like
date though, like her
What
first date, she just paid for everything for the guy. Like
She paid the whole. Listen, Lady E, she drove from an hour and 15 minutes away to meet him in his hometown, and she paid for everything.
no.
so. See, all right, listen. I'm not licensed, okay? But I'm about to give y'all a professional opinion right here. So check this out, man. It sounded like to me he had a little bit of conversation when they was chatting back and forth, and she chose. She's like, tonight it's gonna go down. So she drove a whole hour to let it go down, and then when she got there, she realized this thing. I got to get rid of this fool. And then you popped up with your game. She fell for that. She liked that. She liked what she was hearing, and it was over with. And oh boy, it was just like he didn't know how to. Man, this dude was lame as fuck, dude. You gonna let another dude come up on your date like that? First of all, she disrespected the shit out of him right in front of him, and he was too stupid to realize it and see it. You see what I'm saying? And you was trying to be nice about it, but basically you stole old boy's girl right in front of him, and he probably knew it, but he couldn't do nothing about it, so he checked out.
Those are facts, yo. You're 100%. Also, people, while you out there, hit the like, share, follow button. Best subscribe. Hold up, let's bring him back on. The man you all know and love, Riddlin. And on the YouTube channel, we definitely hold up. I got some people in the comments, and then Clips looks like he got something to say. He look like he got a mouthful of shit to say.
I know, right?
Yeah, he looks like he patiently waiting. So
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, here we go. Here's where we left off. I don't take them out to eat because I love to cook my meals for my female. No, you're right. I do that too, but I just happen to be out at the bar, so that's how that shit went down. There we go right here. Okay, so we got JC said, don't think my comment went through, but I was saying that I've had women buy me drinks, show me that they didn't just want me for my money. Yo, that's dope shit too. They buy me drink, nigga. I'm coming out my drawers. I just want to let y'all know that out there in the Facebook world. All night long.
Oh man.
All night. Actual and factual. You're the all right. Yeah, you got females out here like that. Yo, Anthony, yo, quiet as kept. I'm something like a pimp. I'm something like a pimp. I ain't gonna,
Something like it.
I'm something like
Something
it.
like it.
Back in the
That's
day,
funny.
hold up. Back in the day, I'm not that way anymore. I used to be, not like that anymore. Obviously that was a couple nights ago, so I was just re-seeing if I still had it. Man said, erased
That's
it
a
right
slick
away.
move,
That's real. No, that is those are facts, B. I appreciate your comment. Y'all real people. I appreciate that. Quincy, hold up. Man said you could take chick home. Yes, he did. That wasn't no man. That was a phone. Those are facts. That's
Yep.
why I knew it was like game, sir. I felt like Serena Williams. Game, sir. Man, it was over. It was a wrap after that. That nigga bitch, factual. Factual. Yeah. That's true. Clip, say what you gotta say before we jump into the next subject. 'Cause I know we've been on this motherfucker for a minute.
say nothing, yo.
Oh. Oh, you had it?
What? You weird.
No, I felt that light skin vibe. I thought you had something to say.
You ain't feeling the light skin vibes, big.
I don't think he was a bitch. Like they were out together. They were having their first date. She met you, somebody that she was more not like attracted to, but had like some kind of physical, like not physical, but like spiritual connection with you. So she obviously, he could tell that there was no connection between them, and he saw that there was more connection with you guys. So he took himself out of that situation because
Even all right.
the first date. It was the first date. He's like, okay, we didn't have that connection, and he saw the connection with you, so he just took himself out of the equation, which is not a bitch move. It's a smart ass move.
Actually, no.
No,
Because he
that's a
followed
big
us to
move.
the next bar.
What else was he gonna do? Like he
What
was
up?
broke. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was broke. He came to the next bar. She had to tell him to go home. She had to tell him to go home. So obviously he didn't get the message.
She was paying for everything, though. Of course, she had to tell him to go home.
All right. Well, hey, would you do that to somebody though? Would you do that to somebody if you were out with a dude and like, let's say he didn't have let's say he didn't even come out broke, but let's say he didn't come out with like enough to cover all expenses. Like, would you tell a dude to be, and another guy came up to you? Would you literally turn to the guy that you're out to right now and be like, "Hey, you're gonna have to go home"? You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I wouldn't do that. If I was taken out by a guy who didn't have enough funds, and I was like, hey, let's get another drink, and he's like, oh, well, the rest of the drinks are on you because I can't afford them. And then I would be like, wow, okay. Like,
even if you ain't got it, you won't say it. I mean, that's
No,
and you shouldn't be out on a date.
You should be out on a date.
Anyway, if you ain't got the money. That's just ridiculous.
Hold on. Let me interrupt you. Michael feels like, hey, I'm light skinned.
Light skinned too. Be bitched up. What do you mean?
Yo.
Man, listen,
there's
there's
an inside
principles
joke
in-
between me and Clips.
But
He be like, I'm practicing separation. What's a separatism? It's inside shit. I love my light skinned brother. We all one. We all one shade.
Absolutely,
Hey, but I'm
man.
real. Go ahead.
Lady, go ahead and continue. This dude has something for you too. He says, so for Lady E, would you have or have you ditched your man for another while y'all out?
no.
She did it.
Yes, you did. Don't lie. Don't lie.
You said you did one.
I have never ditched somebody.
You just
Whenever-
left. Yeah.
The guys that I go out with, I've never had a problem with anything about them not wanting to pay, or that situation never came up. And I've had one that kind of complained about a bill one day, and I was like, yo, you want me to pay half? Is this too much for you? Like, I can pay half. I have no problem with that. But he was like, no, it's fine. I was like, all right, cool. But I'm not, like, if you're gonna complain about a bill, then I'm gonna feel bad, obviously, because I feel like
You don't know that nigga broke. You like, damn, I got the broke nigga again.
I was like, all right. I'm like, I'll pay for, like, I don't mind paying for a half or paying for my part of the bill. Like, I have no problem with that. Whenever I do go out, I always make sure and expect to pay for my own shit. I don't expect people to buy me shit. So I always be sure and be prepared. I mean, I love when I don't have to spend money and the other guy pays for everything. I'm not saying like I don't enjoy that, because I love it and I prefer it, but I always make sure I am prepared for every situation. If
Why are you
he's
talking?
if he is not prepared for that, then I may look at him a little differently. Just in the fact that, you know,
AKA she ain't calling you again.
Hey, but don't you think that, like, bro, you don't think that that girl knew that, like, do you think that there were terms already said? Do you think the guy told her, like, hey, you know, man, I might live out home. I don't really have that much bread. What if
Yep.
what if he told
her that? Yep.
Right. So she still came out though. So she
No. He told her while they were on their date.
Oh, he didn't let her know before she took the drive?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I was implying that, like, yo, if he had already told her and she still drove, then that's a bullshit.
Well, see, the reason why she drove in the first place is that she had chose tonight was going to be the night for him, but he fucked it up by opening his mouth and being broke. And then Black came in right at the right time and just went ahead and sealed the deal for him.
I started off the end of the conversation by buying them both the shot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I brought the shot, and then it was I guess she wasn't used to that. She thinking New York niggas was lame, because niggas ain't out there buying, coming out their pocket. She came from Jersey trying to get that.
Right, though.
Jason just explained.
100% right here.
He right on
So
the money.
if your chick
choose another
chooses-
man, you gotta let the chips fall where they may. Hell yeah, your bitch chose me. You look like a sucker going after a chick that don't want you. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
That's
Those
it,
definitely
bro.
Out here
facts.
fighting for some girl that don't give a fuck about you. Like, come on, man.
Because
There's a lot of suckers
because
out
she
there that do that shit too.
Because she wanted to be a hoe, though. Who knows? I mean, she could have very well, because I'm going to tell you, there's more to this story. I just haven't got that far down the line yet.
There's nothing wrong about being a hoe. Just saying.
Black
You're right.
Black paid for the pussy at the end of the night.
you-
I don't think so. I don't think he did, but his game pretty tight.
Yeah.
I think,
Listen, listen.
I think it worked out for him.
Do you think love is one-sided? To answer your question, Mike, quickly, fast, before anyone answers that shit, I believe it is.
Yeah,
Because you can love the shit out of somebody, and they may not love the fuck out of you. So love is one-sided. When you find the equal, the balance in between each of the love, that's either when you get married, or you know that's the person that's down for you. And that's my opinion. Any other panels have anything to comment about that?
How do you know? How do you know when one is just loves you? I have major trust issues when it comes to that, just because I've been burned so many times. But like, how do you know when somebody really loves you? Obviously, and how do you know if you really love somebody?
If a man share his food with you, that motherfucker love you. If he let you eat off the plate, he love your ass. Yeah.
That's it? That's all it takes? Really? Well, damn.
Yeah. Well.
I don't know.
Or he really like you. You know.
I don't know. Towards the end of my last long-term relationship, 11 years, I found myself doing a lot more things for her than she was doing for me. You know what I'm saying? So like that was kind of like a sign of like, yo, this is starting to become like a one-way street. I'm not getting anything else in return. And, you know, that hurts, you know, saying that as a guy that I am with no emotions. But, yeah, that's how I kind of knew things were going downhill, because, like, things that she used to do for me, she wasn't doing for her anymore. And then, like, when you start seeing yourself doing more and more and not getting anything back, like, yeah, you know it's going downhill from that. So, I don't know. It can't be a one-way street towards the end.
Shout out to this Jersey Johns. They be making the drive. Word up, Moss. They be doing the most. Love them. Love my Jersey women. They do the damn thing. Everything will feel authentic when someone loves you. Those are true too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But what if she? Oh, wow, that's a good question. But what if the love way fake?
Exactly.
Something like Drake.
How do you know if it's real?
How was the love was fake? I'm sorry. I'm Ron Burgundy too. I'm reading everything you put up there, bro.
Exactly.
You never know.
Fake or
Listen, we'll always address that at another all this time. Oh, hold on. We got listen. This topic is flying off. Well, I mean, it kind of makes up because the shit we're gonna dive into is kind of heavy. I'm glad y'all interacting now. The older you get, the more you can tell what's bullshit and what's not. No, but so listen, women are the best liars. Don't ever get that shit twisted.
Yep.
They be having, you be cheated on 100 times and felt it was only once. And before you realize, and believe me, and while you're in a relationship, women know 6 months before they break up with you, they breaking up with you. And you the last one to know, B. And it comes down to, and it's sad, because they're the best cheaters and the best liars. Unless they want to be caught. If they caught and out there being reckless, it's because they've been doing it for a minute. And they got bored. They want your ass to get catch their ass.
They want you to know that you're not doing your shit right, and they want to be caught. That's why they get caught.
Why does age matter? When should you already know? Listen, when you're in touch, when you're really and you're in touch with your own feelings and know who you are, then you'll be able to see other things in different perspective, what they are. So you'll start to see things in different perspective, and you know what's right for you and what's not right for you. If you find yourself aligning with them, you'll fall all the way in alignment with them, or you'll feel that's not just right. You'll know when it's just right if you're just in it for certain things and not for the rest of it.
But see, to touch on that a little bit, when he said, why does age matter? You should already know. When you've experienced a lot of things in your life, let's say relationship problems or whatever, you have to be in tune with yourself, and you have to love yourself and give yourself self-love. Because if you don't know what you love and like about yourself or what you want out of a relationship, you're not going to have a fulfilled relationship after that. So you have to make sure that you are in tune with yourself, know what you want, know what you're not going to tolerate, know exactly what you're going into to begin with, and your needs and your wants, and make sure that the other person is in tune with that.
Cool. I mean, also Quincy saying y'all women are making out men to be dogs, but women are evil as fuck. That's some knowledge for your ass.
Wow, Quincy. Damn, that's cold-hearted.
It's truth though. Quincy's
But
being
he not
truth,
lying.
though. Because with
Definitely
age
him and
comes
y'all,
experience.
You know what? There's so much back and forth between men and women. Oh, men ain't shit. Women ain't shit.
Yeah. Black is preaching right now. That's factual and actual. Appreciate you, Anthony Moss. Michael Fields, not even. That's what stories are for, so you can understand sooner than later, my G. He said the right shit right there. A lot of women are evil. John Lucky says, Fokker. I'm not. Listen, we're gonna hop into the next subject because we've been on this shit for a minute. I love the comment. I love the feedback. Lady E, I'll let you close it out before I hop into the next subject because you got a lot to say about this shit. Go ahead.
Well, okay. I just want to say, women, yes, they are evil, and so are men. It's a give and take kind of thing. Women go through all these bad relationships, and then they come to you where you think you're going to be like the best relationship that they have. And they bring all these past relationships into
You're on the clock.
new relationships, and it's like, and you can't just say all women are evil. Okay, a lot of women go through a bunch of shit, just like men go through a bunch of shit.
All right.
So
I'm gonna break it down for you, and I'm gonna interrupt you. Yeah, I'm gonna be that asshole, and this is what I'm saying because you about to sell us a bill of good bullshit. Because
I'm just
because here's the thing: if men can live in cardboard boxes and then have to have houses to get women, we would do it. The reason why a man treats a woman a certain way is because a woman has done him dirty. A woman has made him that person that he is, that hurt shit that man became, is because that woman that he was good to, who wanted to be his all, has burnt his ass. It don't start. Men ain't just out here digging in women because they want to do that. Y'all control that. That's why it's called power to P. Because y'all have that power and make men do shit that they normally wouldn't do. That cray craze.
That power.
Yeah, and you know what else?
What?
Men make women do crazy ass shit too.
Oh, so we control y'all?
Yeah.
So if I tell you, Lady E, if you don't stop acting like that, you're not getting no dick tonight. Is that really gonna stop you? Or if you tell a man, yo, it's your birthday, I'm gonna give you some shit. Let's be honest about it. What holds more weight?
Women do. But
all right, thank you. That's all I need to know. And we're gonna move to the next subject. We're moving to the next subject.
No, women have been burnt just like men have been burnt. So.
Men don't have that power, B. I'm gonna let you know that. That's why we out here chasing. So our next subject of the night.
Let's all feel sorry for the guys, ladies.
Suffering in silence. Why do people become complicit in their own abuse? As a friend witnessing this, how do you help, or do you stay out of the situation?
Can I take this one?
Yeah, we'll start with you, bro.
All right, hold on. Let me set my thing up right here. Here we go. Okay. So, being the person that I am, like, you know, you get set in your own ways, and you know, like when things, you know, fuck with my head or emotional shit, I tend to go out and I'll drink a lot, which makes it even worse. It makes it worse. But you get stuck in your own ways of how you deal with stuff. So when I see someone going through some stuff like that as a friend and stuff, like, yes, I will try to help you out. There's no question about it because that's what you're supposed to do. But you can only help that person out to a certain extent. If they don't want your help, or if they're not taking your advice, then they're stuck in their own ways, and they're just gonna do whatever they feel that they got to do to deal whatever they're going through at that time. And I mean, again, firsthand with that shit, man. Like, I get into my own zone where I'm just like, yeah, I can sit here and listen to you give me advice, Clicks give me advice, you know, Kev give me advice. But if I'm not taking it and running with it, y'all are just gonna give up anyways, because you're like, well, I'm not saying that you're gonna give up, you know what I'm saying? But you're just gonna go, you know, I've already done what I could for this person. So, you know, if he's gonna do whatever he's gonna still want to do, that's on that person in general. And to it's hard to for a person to sometimes even get out of that bubble because they're just so stuck in whatever's going in their mind that this is the way that they end up dealing with things. And some of those things could be like drug related. It could be violent. It could, like whatever way to get pressure off themselves. It might not be the right thing, but maybe that's the way they feel that's the right thing in their head. And you can only do so much for that person. And that's all I got to say about that.
Mm. Good. I mean, that's some.
You breaking up, Earth? You frozen, dog.
Oh no.
I'm back.
You're back.
So I'm gonna throw to the professional to see his professional opinion. Not licensed.
That's funny. Not licensed. But people suffer in silence because, for whatever reason, well, I can't say this because I have to be careful how I say this. Sometimes people just haven't hit rock bottom yet, and they need to just keep going in this and down the drain until they figure out what the rock bottom is, and then can you bring back up the there you
Question?
go. Yeah. They're complicit in their own abuse because they're not ready for change yet. And if you're a friend of you seeing this going on as an adult, like I can see you going through something, but if you're not willing to address it, it's not my place to say, hey man, this is what it is. This is where you need to, unless you ask me for my help, I'm not going to offer it. Unless you say, hey Kev, what do you think about this? Or, hey man, I need help. It's not my place to tell you that you need to do this or that. Now I can love you and you could be spiraling out of control, but whatever I say just may fall on deaf ears until you hit rock bottom, until you get to rock bottom and say, hey man, I need help. Then this is when I come in and say, based on what I've been seeing, this is what you might want to consider and go from there. But people suffer in silence because they haven't hit rock bottom yet. And some people are just glutton for punishment sometimes. Some people get by being in pain and being hurt.
Well, while you're in your thought, though, I'm going to read this comment real quick. I read a couple, actually. This says, from a psychological perspective, most people aren't strong enough to remove themselves from the situation. I get that. But it comes to a point where you're not going to cry no more like Mary J. Blige. You got to get to a point where you have that breaking point that you just can't. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. You got to reach that. I'm a behavioral science major, by the way. I appreciate that, yo, Jay. I appreciate the love and the knowledge, but you jumping in. Much respect. And you look at different things from perspective. I just look at it. I'm a regular old dude, B. So I'm just looking at it as what I've seen and witnessed and come across, especially be out there in the dating field nowadays. Also, Quincy says, I kind of agree with Red. You can make people do things physically. You can't make people change emotionally more than they are willing to. And those are valid points as well, too, Quincy. Definitely. And then hold up. The trumpets. Can we get the trumpet sounding? The president is in the building. The president has now spoken. Everybody, Robert Kastner. Yes, we love him here at Clockwatch because he always comes with that shit. Because it is always acknowledged. And I think this needs a woman's voice to be read. I'm gonna let Lady E read it so she can lean down and everybody can see her breast too while she's reading it, so we get some entertainment too.
Robert, we all love you here at Clockwatch. He says emotional abuse is more often mistaken for love by those who are trapped in a cycle of abuse in their relationship. Trauma is surprisingly easy to overlook when the abuse masquerades as someone caring for you. When there's a low, there's also a high.
And that would be factual because anybody that you get involved with that has their highs are too highs and their lows are too lows, they have emotional issues. I mean, at least in my experiences, I can't speak for everyone. I can just speak for what I've witnessed too. And I just want to take time to notice at the bottom of the screen, as you see, wrong goes to the bottom. We have the National Domestic Violence Hotline. It's at 1-800-799-7233 or at www.thehotline.org. Reach out if you're going through some situation and you don't know how to express yourself. You go to the website. and follow the directions you'll see there, and they give you ways to reach out for help. This is not just physical abuse; it's emotional abuse. It's there's a whole plethora of things that it stands underneath it, but you can find the help there at that website. Also, going into clips, I want to go to clips next. So, clips, I'm gonna bring the question back up, and there we go, my brother.
Burn in silence. Same. That nobody wants to be against the person that was abused, right? So it's like, damn. Codependency be another. Like if you depend on that person that's abusing you, then you're not gonna want to let that
Who is it?
Who is
I never had a problem. Real.
Somebody lagging. Can you hear your clips? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, whatever reason when you were talking, it was lagging. I don't know what's going on. You good?
Yeah,
Still, you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
There's like an echo.
Still sound like I'm lagging, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
I'm lagging. I'll jump out and connect.
All right, while you doing that, I'm gonna read Anthony Moss's comment right here. Well, first I gotta go to one of my favorite people right now. I'm gonna say, yo, Quincy Moore say, yo, Black ain't got no chill. I try to be civilized, my brother. I try.
Hey, Black.
You can't hear me?
No way.
There's nothing on back here. There's no feedback. I can't hear you.
No, you're here. Coming from you.
You hear something now?
Look, I'm gonna mute you. Yeah, that's definitely him.
Oh.
Yep.
All right, so you still hear me now?
Yeah. Here.
You hear an echo?
Yeah.
All right. So, clips. Can you see the questions? Read the comments. I'll be back. Yo, read the What you doing? Read the comments. I'll be back. Read the comments. I'll be back.
It is lagging. It's acting all the way up. I don't know what's going on.
We're on Anthony Moss.
Yeah.
All right. You can't trust everybody with their personal issues. We're accustomed to being burned. Also, many of us 70s and 80s babies were raised not to be a punk. We hold stuff in and suffer in silence.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
No?
Yeah.
Because I like mental like disabilities was not that common back then. They thought it was all fake, and that's why a lot of people held shit in. So.
Okay, he comments again. He says right here. With that said, when you get to that breaking point, you either get humbled and seek the help, or you're self-destruct.
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah, that's a fact.
When you hit rock bottom, you hit rock bottom. You go two ways. You either check out or get help. That's what I was basically trying to say.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Riddler's mic is muted.
Yeah. Chill.
There we go. I was trying to give y'all the heads up, man.
Gotcha.
And then Anthony Moss says.
I already said that. I already said the last two.
Logo?
Yeah, I just read those last two comments. Yeah.
I heard you read the last one, but I didn't hear you read this.
Yeah, I read all that.
Oh, okay, yeah, you did. Totally. My bad.
There you go. Okay. Let's go up here. What was the question again? You was talking about abuse, right?
Right. Why do people become complicit in their own abuse?
You want to talk on that?
Suffering in silence. I think I just spoke on that, correct? When I was I was in a mid-thought or whatever, and I was basically saying that's how people could become complicit in their own abuse. There's a lot of mitigating circumstances, like people have these, conditions within themselves that make them complicit, that make them take that type of abuse, And I think we're all meant to at some point or another, but to which extremities is all your own. It's unfortunate, Val, that it definitely happens. And I mean, I just wish I never had to come to that. You know what I'm saying? As far as like people, women, especially around COVID-19, there was all sorts of women being abused at home, bro.
Yeah.
As soon as that hit and people went on, like, oh my God, the Americans started just getting crazy with the domestic abuse, bro.
Kids too, bro. Kids will probably get beat too.
Good night, y'all. I'll be right back.
Crazy shit going on.
I'll be back. All right, Mike, yo, thank you for hanging out tonight, man. We appreciate you.
Adios, Fields.
Thanks. All right, but yeah, man. You want to speak on that, Cap?
Actually, I got a couple of things. So I remember back in my law enforcement days, man, during the Christmas season, domestic violence went up a lot, man. And I feel like during COVID, it was basically, it's been like that. I mean, I haven't really checked in with any of my old partners like that from from back in the day being on the job, but I could just assume that the numbers have gone sky high, man. People being frustrated, locked in, no jobs. And I'm sure a lot of people are going through it, man, suffering in silence, a lot of times, I remember, man, we would get these DV calls and we would show up and the woman, she didn't want the man to go to jail for whatever reason. He done knocked teeth out, beat her all up, but for whatever reason, she still loved him, don't want him to go to jail. So this is why I would say when people get rock bottom, they got two ways they go. They either get help or they go all the way off the cliff. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure there's a lot of people suffering in silence right now, man. And it's not funny, but I think it was Anthony said back in the 70s and 80s, they used to call people crazy, but mental illness has been around a long time, man. But for some reason back in them days, we just didn't really address it unless it was to a point where they had to be locked up. Then it was official. But until you was locked up, it wasn't really official, with the mental illness stuff.
Yeah.
But hey, Mike, I think you know that already.
Thanks, Michael.
I'll take that compliment, bro. I'll take that compliment.
Thank you. Love you.
Yo, thank you. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it.
That microphone acting up,
Yeah, don't worry about me. We good.
He says, Timor says, I feel a big part coming to what we always say about making the most in life. And you have worth in your life that'll help you through that abuse. Yeah, that's right. Self-worth, financial worth, everything. Right. You have some form of worth, you'll be able to get or strong enough to get out of it. Or just knowing to walk away, man.
Yeah.
Communication is key. Should never come to abuse, Michael has a laughing emojis. Right?
I was not because I was accepting his comment. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. After you're done, I know Lady E needs to speak on it too, right? Lady, you need to speak. Yeah. So I'm gonna hop back on right after I have to fix something up with this mic. I see what the issue was. I'm gonna hop back on. All right. As soon as you finish your thought, Lady.
So it's my go now.
Suffering in silence.
Okay. So why do people become complicit in their own abuse? There's a variety of different reasons for this. Either they can't afford their own bills and they need to have that other person to help them, or maybe they have children involved where you guys have children together and you can't really escape from that lifestyle. And I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios of why women. I'm just speaking for women. I don't know men, but women, they feel like they make excuses for men in their the way that they treat them, because I've dealt with domestic abuse. I've dealt with verbal, physical, emotional, all that stuff. And I've seen other friends of mine who have also dealt with it. And, I hear their excuses and they tell me like, okay, well, they're a really great father to their kids, or they provide for their family and that kind of thing. And they make excuses like, oh, it's okay if he hits me a couple times, but at least he provides for my family, or at least he takes care of the kids. And they make excuses. They do this because a lot of women get involved with men who are abusive because of their past and because that's how they grew up. So with me, I grew up in an abusive household where my stepfather would physically abuse me every single day for like, I don't know, 8-9 years at a time. And it went on like basically every day. So after I got out of that abusive household, I started dating men who were also abusive, who were also physically or verbally or whatever, because they drill this in your head where you're like, we're only doing this because we love you. And it's like parents who say that. Parents who physically abuse their children, they say, look, we don't want to beat you. We don't want to hit you. We don't want to do this, but we do it out of love. And the fact that they say these things to their kids, the kids grow up and then they get into relationships with other men or other women. And they're like, well, this is what love is. And this is how we're supposed to think how love is, and it's like, and then I see women out there, and they're in abusive relationships and they're just like, well, he really loves me. He loves me. He only puts his hands on me a couple times, only when he's really mad, only when I did something wrong or whatever. And I hear these excuses and I see the type of situations that they're in, or I hear their experiences, and I'm just like, look, that's not love. Like, no man or no woman should put your hands on another person out of love. Like, that's not what it's supposed to be. And it took me a really, really long time to figure that out. And it all goes back to how they were raised as a child and what they see as a child. Maybe they don't physically get the abuse as a child, but they also see maybe one of their parents getting their abuse. And they're like, okay, well, that's what a love is, because you really love somebody, you're going to do the extra shit to make sure that like that person knows that you love them. And for them, love is putting your hands on somebody else. And then they get into these situations with these other guys. They have kids with these other guys who are physically, mentally abusive, emotionally. And then they get stuck and they can't get out of that. So it's like a never-ending cycle until you find yourself. You find yourself. You find yourself love. You learn to know this is not what love is supposed to be, and you get out of that cycle, and you get out of that abuse. And if you can't like, no, like eventually, yes, eventually they know this. They know it in their head, like this is not right. But as a person looking in to a relationship, or like one of my friends, a couple of my friends have been in abusive relationships, and I've been the outsider looking in. So I've actually lost a few friends just by me telling them, like, look, this is not okay. This is not how a relationship is supposed to be. Like, you can't be with this guy when he's abusing you, especially in front of your child, who's not even a child, you know, and that type of thing. And it's like, I've had to step away. Like, I've had to be like, look, I cannot physically keep watching this happen. I can't do that because I love you too much as a person. You're not taking my advice. You're not doing the steps that you need to do to get out of the situation. Then I can no longer be involved with this, because the more involved that I get it, the more I take action. And I don't want to call Child Protective Services on you, because I know you're a good mother, but you're putting yourself and your child at risk. And if I cannot
stand by and watch.
I can't. Like, I can't do that. And I love your child just as much as I love my child, because we grew up together or whatever. And I've raised your child just like I've raised my child. And if you're not going to take my advice and get away from this person who is doing you wrong or doing like abusive shit towards you, then I can no longer be in your life, because I cannot be just a bystander and listen to you talk all this shit about him and not do anything about it. So I've lost a couple friends by just backing away, and just making like I hope their kids are okay, and I hope that they've moved on from that situation. But I can't do it. I can't. Like,
So how do you feel? I mean, if you're thinking about that now and you're talking about the subject now, how do you feel about your decision that you've made? Do you feel you are at peace with yourself for walking away and not checking back in on that friendship, or like how do you equate the pain? Like really?
I mean, I didn't need to check in on the relationship with the kids and everything, because that person or those people have contacted me to let me know that they have moved on from that relationship, and I'm grateful for that. And hopefully whatever I said to them made them make the step towards that. And maybe it didn't happen right away, right when I said it, but I know it eventually happened. But I don't know, just knowing, I can't really relate. I mean, I can relate, but I can't really keep being friends with somebody who is
complicit,
like acceptant of that,
allowing abuse to happen to them.
That's
right.
what complicit. Yeah, that's basically
Yeah.
what it
Is this subject just about physical abuse, or can it be like emotional, mentally, anything like that, though, right?
Drugs.
Abuse is all the above.
Abuse. Yeah,
right.
And body,
right. And like I said, man, there's only so much that you can do for a person. And I mean, yeah, I've cut ties with people before because they wouldn't, change their ways. And like, do I feel guilty that I had to cut those ties? Nah, because I already tried to help you out. You want to keep going down and down and down, then I'm not going to be a part of that, because then you're going to start bringing me down. Not saying I'm going to get involved, whatever they're doing, but what I'm saying is, if I keep hanging out around you, you're just going to put all this negative shit in my head and bring me down to your level. And I'm just not the type of dude to do that. Like, I only give you a certain amount of chances where, like, hey, maybe you're not going to change your ways, or you're not going to start at least, progressing to change some ways. And nah, man, I can't fuck with you no more, man. And it's hard. It's hard to cut people off like that, man. Because I've gotten off people that have been like close friends of mine for years, man. Since I was like 6, 7 years old, that I no longer hang out with because they just went down a bad path. And like, yeah, that shit hurts, but it is what it is, man. Like, 'cause you just can't. you can't be there around that person for much longer, man. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question for you too. Have you
Go
been friends with somebody that you know that's been abusive to someone?
No.
Mhm.
I mean, I've seen a few of my homeboys smack their female around a few times in my presence, and it's not my place to involve myself, man. Like, cause that right there, it's a touchy subject. Because like you wanna get involved and be like, yo, this is fucking wrong. Like, you know, so you shouldn't be doing this shit, but it's not my fucking business though. Like, yeah,
Yeah, it is. You don't never let no dude smack
It's
no woman in front
mankind
of
business.
you.
Now, don't get me wrong. Now, don't get me wrong.
That's man code, bro. You don't let no dude hit no girl. I don't give a shit. If
Now,
you
hold
see
on,
a dude hit a girl, no matter if it's his girl or not, you got to say something about that shit.
No,
You
hold
can't
on,
let that shit slide.
Now, don't get me wrong, because it's kind of like a double standard. Because don't get me wrong, man. Because if I'm out in public, and I see some random dude that I don't fucking know smack a bitch, that's it, bro. Like, nah, we ain't having that. We're not having that. I'll definitely step in. But when I'm around like a person like that that's been in my life, like I might just leave the situation. Like I might just walk outside or something, man. Like you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this. You do what you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead and speak because I want to read the comment.
Because I'm gonna say this. You do what you do in the privacy of your home. But if I'm there, even if I'm in your house and you do that shit, I'm gonna address that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm away from that, y'all do what y'all do when y'all do it. But if I'm there, even in your own house, I'm gonna address that shit. I ain't gonna let that shit fly. See what I'm saying? Because especially with women, because that's somebody's future mom. I just can't let that shit slide. I'm gonna have to say something about it.
I want to read these comments because I've been lagging real quick. Hold up before you go. Before you jump in, I gotta read the comment because we're falling behind the comments right here. Anthony Miles put up there what I want you guys to read earlier. I tried to put it up there. No one caught my hint. Domestic violence is a whole other beast. You got victims who defend and protect their abusers. Some refuse help, but respect to those who do. And he also says you correct yourself. Seek help. That's what he was saying. Quincy was on some shit. He was like, "Yo, you on the clock, lady," because you was long winded. I felt him on that. No, hold on. You speak in a minute. I just want to read the comment because it's all up. Quincy also says, "I be feeling bad for them, and it's good and all if when they get away from the abuse, but damn, is it frustrating as fuck when they fight your help?" Yo, hashtag I told you so. Yo, that is true though. But readily you're about to speak on something already.
All right. So what do you? Okay. So what happens? What happens if it's vice versa? What if you're in the presence of some fucking girl beating the shit out of your homeboy? What do you do then?
Well, then that's on him because you don't let. Because first of all, because your woman should be in check. She should never.
But if a dude can smack a girl in front of you and you stand up for her, why can't you stand up for a girl that's smacking your own homeboy?
If you a man, let me tell you something. If you a man and you let a woman smack you, you deserve to be smacked because you should have your woman in check. She should be putting her fucking hands on you. You don't take disrespect like that.
I don't understand. I can't agree with that though. I can't agree.
You don't have to though.
What if you're just standing there and the girl comes out of nowhere and just fucking like, you fucking asshole?
Because your girl should be in check enough where she know to never put her hands on you. That's why.
Well, hold on. Lady E wants to say something about this, but then Cliff's been silent for me. He even went and got popcorn and came back. So I want to hear Lady E. Like, Lady, you've been trying to button and say something, and we don't want to show you any form of abuse. So we want to let you go ahead and speak your mind. Go ahead, baby.
Exactly.
First of all, I want to say, Big Kev, what do you mean by putting your lady in check? First of all, I don't like that.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I just want to say, if you're hanging out at somebody's house or whatever, and there's any type of abuse, doesn't matter if it's women or men, I expect anybody on here or anybody who's watching to be like, yo, like, why are you talking to that person like that? Like that's your wife or that's your significant other or whatever. Like there needs to be like some kind of line of respect. It doesn't matter how their relationship is, male or female. It's like, first of all, you don't do that in front of people who are at your house. Okay. That's totally disrespectful and uncomfortable for everybody that's at your house. And then it's like you're questioning their motive, like their accountability, or like their what is it? Character. You're wondering about their character, because it's like, whoa, you treat your woman like this, or you treat your man like this. Like, I'm really questioning everything that's like going on in your motives or your morals, and why am I friends with somebody who treats another person this kind of way?
Are you saying this in general, or are you saying this about me? Was I not clear about what I?
In general, not.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I thought I was clear. I wouldn't. Okay, all right.
Yo, you keep your pimp pants strong, Kev.
No, I don't put my hands on people like that. But if I see a dude hit a woman, I'm gonna say something about that. That ain't gonna fly with me.
But okay, so
yeah, but you said keep your woman in check. Like,
no, what I'm saying is, what I mean is like this. Okay, let me clear this up. So there needs to be an understanding. You don't put your hands on me. We don't hit each other. We don't do that. That's what I mean by that. Your woman should understand. It should just be understood. We don't touch each other like that. If we can't talk about it, we ain't gonna talk. But there ain't gonna be no touching. Ain't nobody gonna be hitting nobody. We ain't gonna be putting our hands on each other. That's what I mean by that. Okay. And your woman should never feel like it's okay to hit you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean.
There should be some kind of boundaries. It's like, you don't do this and I do that. So
yeah, because we're grown ass adults. No grown ass adults should be putting their hands on each other.
Right. And especially when there's other people there, like witnessing everything. Like, you have friends.
I don't think it's just about what other people are there. I think in general, period.
Do you think it's worse when other people are there, Or
but the question was, what would you do if you did witness that? And if you did witness it, if you were there, wouldn't you stop it? Wouldn't you want to say something?
Yeah,
I would say something. Of course, I would say something to the guy who was talking shit to my girl. If I was sitting right there, I'm like, yo, that's not okay. Like,
what if your girl was smacking him up? What if your girl was smacking his ass up?
Listen, man, shit's like this. I don't get involved in that shit. I don't know what kind of man you're talking about. I don't get involved. I'm minding my business because I want to play Captain Save-A-Ho. Oh, us four is getting beat up. I'm gonna go see what's up and fly over there and fuck dude up, right? Now she hit me with her shoe because the hoe wasn't that serious, and I got beef with a whole fucking crib that I done stomped out because I ain't mind my fucking business. So now, y'all, I ain't getting involved in none of that shit. I'm gonna leave that nosy shit to y'all niggas. I can have that. Y'all want to say these bitches? Y'all go right on ahead. But then I bet you that she's gonna love this dude. She's still gonna go back. I've seen it happen too many times. Like she'll go right back to this dude, and now you got beef with him and the whole fucking set. Like, you stupid.
That's not the point, though. That's not the point. That's not the point. Because that's not the point. The point is this: in your circle of friends, if you was kicking it at your friend's house, your homeboy's house. Okay, if you was at Black's house and Black just hauled off and hit his lady, you would have something to say about that because that's not in his character, and you don't fuck with people like that, right? You don't fuck with people like that, right? So you would have to say something about that, especially your homeboys, right? You'd be like, what the fuck what is this shit? What is this about? What are you doing? You would say something about that if you know the person.
Yeah, I would check you. Hell yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I ain't going to jump in your face. Like, yo, say, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't do that in the man's house.
I'm not doing all of that acting. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm going to be like, yo, son, what the fuck is you doing, God? Like, you know, I'm sitting right here. At least keep that shit to yourself. Like, have some form of, you know what I mean? Decency, my nigga. Like, you don't check right in front of me, my nigga. Wait till I leave for some shit, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
So,
because I know she gonna be with you tomorrow. She gonna be with you tomorrow, bro. And mind my fucking business, bro. So it ain't worth me doing all the acting, jumping out the window. Hey,
yeah, I never said I was going. I was never going.
His girl.
I never said I was going to do no shit.
But what's she dragging me?
I would definitely have to say something.
I am not fighting another dude over his girl.
Yo, where's she dragging
me? Neither, but
where's she dragging me? Where's she not? Where's she drugging me?
I would say get off your knees, stand up.
If she start kicking your ass, you deserved it, bro. Like, why you smack that in the first place? You know what I'm saying? You was bugging. She shot you the whole fade and whipped your ass. And then I'm telling everybody, like, yo, this nigga black girl. Yeah, I'm gonna tell everybody. I'm all in the
double
block watch ball with the video footage.
But King, I'm with you, man. I'm with you on that. I ain't fixing to fight no dude over his girl, but I would definitely have to say something about that. You know, that's what I'm saying.
Let me read the comment. I'm gonna get my reply.
Smacking people up around like that.
Quincy said, if she was there and her girl was going on her man, he would have said.
She would have stayed there and sipping her tea, minding her business. Let's be real.
Minding her business. Let's be real. I agree with you, Quincy. I think she was like, that nigga deserve it.
No.
She probably would have jumped in too.
He did, girl.
You ain't gonna be like, no, stop hitting him. He didn't do anything to you. Stop it.
Listen, like Anthony Moss says, listen, your lady should respect you enough not to get out of pocket and put her hands on you. If she's comfortable putting her hands on you, dude, she ain't got no respect for him. And that's exactly what Big Kev was saying. That's exactly what he was saying.
That's right.
Like,
but check this out. Now, is there a point with a man that if a woman, let's say a random woman in public, they're not even dating, if a woman is attacking you in public and's got her hands, can you defend yourself?
You look. Hold on.
Somebody you gotta get out of there.
You look like you be defending yourself.
Yeah, you gotta get out of there. First of all, my shit is like this, yo. Man, niggas will weasel their way out of real beef with dudes, but I'm trying to tell you or convince you that they can't get out of a situation with a girl, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the only reason why you should ever hit a girl is because you got emotional. You know what I mean? You got emotional, bro. Like, real talk. Like, there's no way a dude is just teeing off on a girl unless he's a fucking psychopath. We see often in New York. You see that shit often in New York. Niggas will beat their girl down to the ground or a girl down to the ground.
I was in Harlem and I watched a dude slap up his in front of an A&P, B. I stepped in. I'm like, why you hit her like that? Be like, and I was younger at that time. I was gonna dust his old ass up. She was like, stay out of our business. She was like, yo, that's my man. And then it was both of them. And I'm in Harlem. I'm like,
that's fine.
She snatched you up a minute ago. That's our relationship. Yo,
wow.
Sometimes,
like
you'll say, you can't really get involved in some shit. And but I'm bringing the question up because I want to address it too because I didn't get a chance to address it. There will be a part 2 of this episode because we're running long on this shit. We're gonna check some shit here. Suffering in silence. Why do people become complacent and in their own complicit in their own abuse? As a friend witnessing this, how do you help or do you stay out of it? I've always been a dude to put my nosy ass in fucking people's business, man. I've done it because I do it for equality. No, I do it for humanity, really, because that's just the type of fucking dude I am when it comes down to it. I have many women that I've been involved with that have been in abusive shit, and I've always wanted to be Captain Save-A-Hole, as King Clips elegantly put. But the truth of the matter is, B, I don't know why men or women become complicit in their own abuse. And then they start, and every time you try to help them out of the situation, they have a reason for why they're continuing to take this fucking abuse. Like, they never want to walk away from the situation. You give them all the keys, but if I do, he will do this. But if I do, she will do this. There's always a fucking excuse when it comes to putting yourself first. And then there's also the but you don't understand what we have. And I want to say this: y'all don't have shit. That's why I got this number at the bottom of our screen going across there, domestic violence hotline, because y'all don't have shit. He was not your friend. He is not in love with you. He is not there for you the way you think or wanted him to be there for you. She is not your friend. He thought she was some bug. Nigga, she was there for the monetary reason and wasn't there for you. And she took advantage of you because she know your weakness, B. If she beating your ass, nigga, and you screaming every night, or you going to your niggas and you got mad marks on your face from your woman, B, because she want to knuckle up, so she knuckle you buck. My G, that is not the woman for you. Stay out the hood. Stay out the hood clubs. Stop listening to the music you listen to because that shit means nothing for you because that's not your life that you live. It's a real talk. We always want to. We want to believe the greater side of the person that's being abusive. There is no greater side. The only side that you'll see is the other side of the ground looking up, either in a casket or an urn, because you will not be living if this fucking violence continues. So play yourself if you want. If people are actually reaching out to you and trying to be there for you, take heed. Listen to them. They care about you. It's not about hating on you. It's about your well-being. It's because they give a fuck about you. Because there are people out there that do not give a fuck about you. So if someone is telling you that what you're going through is something that's not right, and you continue to make excuses for that, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because there's nothing truer than that to me. Stop being complicit in your own abuse. There is no excuse for it. There is no amount of money in the world that allows you to continue to go through the abuse that you're going through. There is no amount of love that you think that he possesses for you when he's not beating on you, or not verbally beating on you, or not fucking, what's the other word, or blackmailing you. Listen, there's no amount of that. Have your self-respect. Be who you are. Your mama didn't raise no fool, and if she did, then you better change who the fuck you are. I got a comment, and I want to move on to the next one.
I feel like I need to give you a slow clap, bro. That was good,
I
man.
also need to say something too.
I'll let you say it there. My dude said, yo, if a dude puts his hands on her, he's a punk. Factual,
Absolutely.
actual.
Absolutely.
Actual and factual. So we're gonna be both like that. Quincy said, Cole said, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. I felt that. So that's real shit though, because he said like, no, that's Chris. Would you like to call him Cole Knowledge?
Whole knowledge, man.
Yeah, because
Whole knowledge.
he be spitting all that knowledge in there. Chrissy also says, I be trying to help too damn much and make myself too available, and sometimes my mental health is more important than theirs.
Absolutely,
Chrissy,
I 100% agree with that.
My G,
100% agree.
that is true, and I feel you, and I definitely understand it. Yo, Big Kev, you said you want to close that comment out before we go to the next subject?
No, I said I felt like I should have gave you a slow clap after what you said because you was saying it like it is, man.
It's sad that.
But you know what?
Go ahead.
A lot of people say these things like, oh, it's so easy to leave this person. Like, why don't you just leave him? And it's not as easy as people think. Yes, I'm sure that they do want to leave this person. And maybe, yes, they are making excuses for this person and saying that they really love them or blah, 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 whatever. And that's how they show their love, because that's the only thing they've experienced in their life. And you have to understand like where they came from. Like, you want to help them. Like, I want to help these people. And I feel like my voice is not heard sometimes when I say these things to people, but at least it's like, it's out there, you know, and I put myself out there, or I say these things to people, but they don't accept help until they're actually like, okay, I've had enough. And then when they finally had enough, then that's when they seek help. And that's when like they have to make that decision on their own. You can't just be like, you got to leave this guy right now. Like, or you have to leave this woman right now.
There's one problem with what you're saying, because if they had sense enough to leave them on their own and have them make that on their own, they wouldn't be in that situation. That's why they need the push, because they don't have that. They don't have that self awareness to walk away from it or the worth. So they need that push from other people in order to get to that point.
Right. I mean, they do. Yes, they do. But it's not always available to them just because of like finances, and, you know, they don't want to be homeless. They don't want their kids to be homeless, and they don't want to live in a shelter of domestic abuse violence. They don't want their kids to be in that situation. But then they don't also think about, your kids are in a domestic violence situation, but you're moving them away from that to be in a shelter where it's like, which one
could be even more dangerous, right? It could be even more dangerous.
Which one is better, or which one is more, you know, like, what are you gonna do, basically? And a lot of women are put in these situations where they feel like they can't get out of it, and they feel like they're stuck. And and people are telling them, look, you can do this, you can do that, and they think about it and they're like, I think about this. Yes, I could do it, but then again, like they think, like, where am I going to be? Where are my kids going to be? My kids are going to be taken away from me. That's the first thing that they think about. My kids are going to be taken away from me if I'm put in a domestic violence shelter or whatever, and they don't want that.
Sure.
They continue to be in this situation where they don't want to be in, and it's really, really, really hard. It's easy for us to say to get out of it, but in their situation, it's really hard to get out of that.
It's really not. It's actually, I'm sorry, and I know that this sounds like disheartening what I'm about to say, but that's bullshit. Because one, the state of Florida itself gives you up to $3,000 for if you're in a domestic relationship and you're being abused, to have you get you placed into another place, going on somewhere, going differently. There is help that does not cost you anything. There are so many programs out there that people don't know about. That's why I tell them. That's why I have the website put out there, because I did the research earlier. There's so many things that people don't know. There's always misconceptions that are out there. They're not going to take your kids away from you being an abusive person.
Well, you may be.
You say that to them, but they don't register it in their heads.
You're right. That's why it's not for me to make you register. Go to the website. The website is at the bottom here. I definitely have it on the bottom screen. It's been there for the last 35 minutes. Reach out there if you need help. You'll find all the avenues there. There's a lot of free, especially Tampa alone, because I know this. There's so many different programs there for domestic abuse people, not just women, for men, children, anything. They have it all there. And especially if you're in New York and White Plains, Pace University, if you're familiar in White Plains, has a all women's league lawyer, and they represent you for free and give you placement in homes, not just a shelter. Shelters is the worst case scenario, but they have programs and also get you places and get you housing for you and your kids. There is so many things out there. It's not like it used to be. So a lot of people go off of how it used to be. There's so many more things now than there ever was. And please feel free to call the National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-799-7233, and also hit them at www.thehotline.org. And we got to move it along because it is so. I know you guys have a lot of views on it. I appreciate you guys giving back and forth on that. And I think we're going to wrap it up basically with one of these subjects, because this is a 2-part episode. Didn't realize it was going to fly like this, and I appreciate all the support you do. But this is actually go hand in hand what we're just talking about, though. It's very important. Do y'all know what sextortion is?
No.
Sure don't.
Big Cat?
I'm gonna look that shit up though right now.
You've been involved, baby. You know what sextortion is?
I think I have an idea, but I don't know what it is.
All right. So let me hear your idea.
I'm guessing that you're being extorted for sex or something. I don't know.
You know what? And that guess is 100% correct. But it goes down more as a little more detail. Is like when you have sexual videos that you've done with your partner, and they've holding you, blackmailing you with those videos. There is actually a law. So that you get the FBI is an FBI agent number and stuff like that. You'll also find this at the website here too. We'll get you help for that. Because there are people trapped in situations. If you mess with somebody, old boyfriend, or say you for whatever reason have an affair, whatever happens, and then people hold you hostage and treat the videos that they made of you as blackmail. I didn't really know that this was a real thing until I did mad research on this shit. And it's actually more common than you realize. So like Lady E, say you were dating some dude and you sent him those. Here's actually the website right here, guys. This is the website right there for if you have any dude that you've dated in your past or that you've messed up, had your mistake up, and you can't shake them out your life because they're using those nudes and those videos against you in order to get you to do things that they want you to do. It's sextortion. It's like blackmail. It's basically blackmail and sexual acts and behavior. So if you out there and that one dude that you thought was cute and you send those news to, and now he holding it over your head, gonna tell your husband or tell your or your boyfriend that you're with now, or want to tell your family members to throw that shit out there, there is a defense for that. There is a way out of that, and that is the website underneath there. Don't get me wrong. We all have our, we have our moments. We meet somebody and we start sexting and stuff. You feel the vibe start coming on, and and we do full things when we fall in love, right? We all make those mistakes. But don't feel like you're a hold to this. Is another form of abuse. This more has to do with power. It's like, for instance, Lady E, Ritalin. Say you send Lady E some of your tapes or your videos, and she holding it against over your head, B, talking about, if you cheat on me, you date her, I'm gonna send all your stuff out there. Or she sounds like you got a small wee wee, and I'm gonna tell everybody in the world. I'm gonna put that shit on Facebook. You listen, that's sextortion.
No, I got you.
And she's blackmailing you. So I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go up there. I want to get feedback since y'all just found out what it is. I want to feel like your kickback of what y'all feel about the subject. And I'm gonna go to Big Kev. How do you feel about that? Either way, do you think? Because the dude's been doing this for a while, right? And dudes don't even know that it is actually a crime. So I mean, what do you think about it?
That's interesting. First of all, man, if you blessed enough and a woman sends you those nice pics, you don't pull a dick move and try to hold over against her head. That's not cool at all. But I mean, listen, I think it's good to know that you can get some help legally over that. Because I mean, if a woman's sending you her titty pictures, man, and all that stuff, be grateful that she did that for you. That means she really was into you and really liked your ass. And for you to pull a fast one on her and try to extort her for whatever, sex, money, or whatever, or revenge, that's some whole shit you doing, man. You know what I mean? You get fucked up over that. You really should. You should get your ass whipped over something like that. You know what I mean? That shit is not cool at all.
Some weak insecure
shit. You fucking the game up when you do shit like that for the next dude. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. I'm keeping it simple, bro. It's just not cool.
All right, I'm gonna go to Ritalin and I'm gonna go to Lady E because I know Lady E, she got. I know she probably got some dudes strung up right now. Probably got them paying mortgages and shit like that. Nigga, I'm gonna put them shit. Remember when you like that finger in your booty? Nigga, I got that picture right there. Like, yeah. Well, Ritalin, have you been involved? Have you been complicit in this?
What, getting nudes?
Yeah.
Or having someone like actually be like, yo, if you don't take me out again, or if you don't keep talking to me, I'm gonna extort your pictures. No, I've never been in some situation like that before. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also the type of dude that's just like, yo, if I get those pictures, like depending on, if it's some random or something like that, like I immediately usually just delete them wherever I got them from. They send me to Facebook or something, I delete them, man. Like in general. Unless, and like now, if I'm with that person or something, and I get those pictures, I might keep them on my phone for like a certain amount of time. Probably not that long. Like I've made videos with my exes and stuff, but I normally delete them like right after I fucking make them. So I don't even feel comfortable having shit like that on my phone in general. So just for the fact that like, yo, what if my phone gets stolen? Someone's got those pictures now, whether it's me or her. You don't know what they're gonna do with them because I don't really keep a password on my phone to get in, man. I don't see a need for that. So, you know what I mean? Like if someone steals my phone now, they got access to that shit. What are they gonna do with them? So most of the time, man, you won't catch me with some shit like that on my phone, man. Maybe just for that time to be in the heat of the moment, and then it's gone. As far as like using it against somebody, nah, man. I would never be like, well, hey, if you're going to break up with me, I'm just going to fucking post these on Pornhub.com. Like, all right, nah, man. Like, it's what it is, yo. Keep it moving. Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, Robert says the president has spoken. Nude-based terrorism. And that's what it really is.
Yeah, it is, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, Lady, how many dudes is out here extorting you?
I mean, as far as I know, nobody is as right now. But I've been in a situation where I broke up with a guy, and I started dating another guy. And he posted on my wall some crazy ass shit. This was like years ago. Crazy ass shit. He didn't post pictures or nothing, but he just posted a status out about me and him or whatever. And he saw that I was dating somebody else after him, and he was in his feelings for sure. And I woke up the next day and was like, wow, like he posted this shit on my wall. My family saw this. I was like completely blindsided, embarrassed. I was just like, wow, like this is some fucked up shit that you would do to get back at somebody. You know, that it's immature. It's like I don't even. The guy that did it was like he was seeing his ex the whole time, like we were together, and he was doing his dirt, but then made me look like I was the bad person, and I was the one that was like, you know, out there, or I broke up with him, and now I'm seeing somebody else or whatever, and I was the bad person, and you know, it was fucked up. But if my pictures that I send out ever got leaked or whatever, I'm confident in my shit. Okay,
this.
My shit gets leaked out. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Okay,
there we go.
I know, right?
I don't give a shit if my shit is posted all over the internet, whatever. That's fine. That's who I am, and I'm proud of who I am. And yes, if I date somebody and we exchange pictures, I can do the same exact shit to him as he did to me. But I'm a better person than that, and I'm not going to stoop to his level just because he is like feels inferior or whatever. But fuck that. Like he posts some shit, and you know how guys are. They just be like, oh damn, okay, she's good. All right, she looks good, and I'll be like, yes, I do. So whatever.
Don't break
video. Even video.
I'm sure I have a lot of videos and photos out there that are leaked because a lot of people, when I moved back to Tampa, they're like, damn, you look familiar. You look so familiar. And I got that so many times. And they're like, so many people are like, do you do porn? Do you do porn? And then it got to the point where I was just like, yeah, I do porn. I do that because that's just me, whatever. And it became like a joke to me because I'm like, I don't know what they saw or what videos or what pictures or whatever, but I play along with that shit. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm a porn star. Sure, let's go with that. Let's do that. If you want to picture me as what you're implying me to be, then that's on you. I'm not gonna whatever. I don't care. I don't care what you guys think. I don't care what anybody thinks about me or how they view me. I'm just gonna live my life. So
that's dope.
I ain't worried about it.
That's dope. Everybody, if you hear the sound of my voice, please, if you got nudes and pictures of Lady E, send them in, and you might get a free T-shirts from us at Clockwatch. We want to see those pictures that she's not ashamed of out there. So the sound of my voice and video, send them in, please do. Exchange for a T-shirt.
Turn off cam. Where is that button?
Years ago, I'll tell you a little short story. Years ago, somebody called me or texted me or something and was saying that they saw pictures of me on a phone at some Verizon store or some kind of store, and there was pictures of me on this phone, and I was like, "What the fuck? Like, what are you talking about?" I don't even know. There's pictures of me out there. I'm like, how did you even get my number? And they would call me and be like, yeah, we saw your pictures on this phone that's like in one of the phone stores.
Yeah, they call them from Verizon.
I was like, I don't know. Like,
right. I want to reach out and touch your ass.
Yeah.
Quincy says, I don't see any need for E to be here sitting stuff. Her posts are, she's drooling. Just asking for a friend. Just asking for a friend. Listen, we do want them videos, my brother. I'll tell you a short story, knowing damn well it's about to be long ass story. She got that from somebody else. I ain't gonna tell who it was. She got
That's
it.
funny. That's funny.
Yeah. So basically, here's the thing. Yeah, back in the day, like, listen, because I was in a situation. Well, I'm not the type of dude to use pictures to like threaten shit. But I've said it before. I would never did it. I would never have done it. But I've said that shit before. Don't get me wrong. Because I was fucking with this married chick once. You know, she wanted to talk all this greasy ass shit. Da da da. And I wanted her to leave me alone. So I was like, yo, I'll send these shit to your husband, B. Like, who you fucking talking to like that? Yeah, you talking extra greasy over here, and I didn't know that was a law. I didn't know that there was. I didn't know this was like this is because this is before. When I mean,
so you
before,
incriminate yourself right now?
Yeah, I know. Listen, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. So when I mean like before, I mean like 2 weeks ago.
Oh man.
So like, and I was like, yo, like fuck this, like be like, yo, you coming at me? Oh, you want to be all greasy? I'll tell your girl, like, listen, I got all the dirt on this person too, B, but I would never want to because I know there's a family involved in that shit. Now that sounds suspect because you would say, then why would you fuck with a married bitch? And then when she knows she got a family involved, those are good points. Those are good shit. Like I can't dispute that shit. What I can say to you is that I would never bring up their home by doing that shit. Even though I put it up there as a thought, I wouldn't do it like that. I'm not that low. I'm not scumbag like that. Because what we do is what we do. You know, our time together is our time together. So, and if you married women out there need, if your husband just ain't hitting them the good old thing like he used to, reach out, bang our line or cock watch, and I can find somebody there that will help you out your situation.
I can't believe you just said that.
Hey, but on some real shit though, I know y'all can't see me right now because I'm outside, but you know, on some real shit, if the girl's married and she's throwing it at you, why is that on you though? You know what I'm saying?
Because that's dirty as fuck to do shit like that, man.
Hold up. I got to put this up again. There you go. Oh, you was in an entanglement.
Yeah.
I'm in multiple entanglements, brother. I like to keep it that way. Because one, I got involved because I knew that she was married and I didn't have to talk to her a lot. And I didn't have to see, like, there were certain things that I didn't have to worry about dealing with a married woman that I did a regular woman. You know what I mean? Because her time was already tied up in her relationship. How could she be calling me all the time, all this shit like that? It just didn't happen. That's what I thought. But no, when you put, listen, because I like I tell everybody before, I didn't even put the pipe down tight. I gave it like the tip. I gave her that like that. I didn't give her the real shit. I gave her that begged and borrowed shit, and this bitch lost her motherfucking mind. Like even when I was trying to be nice, I tried to be nice to get rid of her. I tried to be mean to get rid of her. I tried to do all this shit like this, and she kept coming around. So I was like, yo, fuck it, you just gonna be here. Like we gonna be like two shits just rocking like.
That's crazy.
That shit's funny though, bro. You gave her that soft served ice cream. He said I didn't give her the whole meat. I just gave her the tip.
You froze, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that's why I waited because I was talking because somebody out there, she probably playing with my internet right now. She probably outside my building don't want me to tell that story. So that
Skynet.
Yeah, but it's crazy though because you know you getting these entanglements right, and it's been worse ever since COVID's been out, B. Because though since COVID, like it's like these women is tired of their situation, and they want to be out here and just testing the rivers and shit and the flows and shit. And I mean, and I'm for the fuckery. So niggas, though, I got mad dudes that talk mad shit about me because they be like, yo, C do this, C do that. I'm feel like bad boy. Yeah, take that. If you ain't doing the shit right and you ain't handling your business at home, I call myself the marriage counselor. I'll come in there, I'll make her hate me and make her regret the cheating and go right back to you. And then you guys gonna be happy again. Then it's like it never happened.
Hey man, go ahead and put your number down on the scroll at the bottom so they can reach out.
So
that sounds like a commercial.
It's fucked up, but I mean, listen, If you ain't taking care of your business, you should be concerned. Don't leave your girl around me. True player for real. Ask Puff Daddy.
Oh my god. This motherfucker. Oh my god.
And that sounds like some fuckboy shit. It just happened to be that way. I got another short story. See, I'm gonna use my shit because it was my shit. Walked in the bar the other night, B. The moment I walked in, this chick jumped up and was like, "Yo, are you a bouncer?" And I'm looking at this bitch. I'm like, "Bitch, I just walked in here. Like, what do you mean? Am I a bouncer? Like, what, this a big black dude gonna be the bouncer?" She was like, "Yo, I do weddings. I do this. I do that. Yo, give me your number. I'm gonna call." And then I was like, "Yo, is she trying to like this shit trying to hit on me? Like, is this what she really doing right now?" I didn't realize to my right was her husband. So she gave me her card with her number, talking about text her. You know what I did?
You texted.
I texted that bitch. I did, certainly did.
You texted her or you texted her?
No, I texted her. I'm like, "Yo, what's good?" Like, I met you at the bar. She's like, "Oh yeah, da. Can we get together tomorrow?" Which was today, but today is football day, so I couldn't do all that. Yeah, it's just amazement how these women is out here moving, B. And this is what I'm talking about. You dudes is out here thinking that these chicks ain't loyal, and that's really what it comes down to. Especially after COVID. You got some. You talking about you loyal? She about to tell me that. Yeah, she about to say some bullshit. I'm with you, bro.
Right.
It is wrong, but it is what it is. Lady E, go ahead and say what you were speaking. Piece, you about to say something?
No, I was just going on what you said. These chicks are loyal. Yeah, they are loyal, but they're also fucking tired of their guy always hanging around, especially if it's during COVID. And I hear from a bunch of girls how like, "Oh, my man has to work from home now," or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm sick of them being at home, and I just want to like get away from everything. So I hear it. I hear it all the time.
Oh, hold on. E better be spraying in there. She keep leaving to be taking a dump in the middle of that cast. You up there? You hold up. I don't want. Oh no. Listen now. Two chicks, one cup was my shit. Two chicks, one cup was my shit. So I mean, like,
picture me doing every time I leave. That's fucked up.
He's wants you to clean up that passage for him.
I don't know, man.
Hold up.
Go ahead.
That's all right.
That conversation could last like real quick. We couldn't have that conversation. So guys, we're running on about 2 hours and 30 minutes now. We'll finish up the part 2. We did have another something else we wanted to dive into, but we are stretching the time here. We'll touch up on it right now because I have it here, and then we'll get in it later because I need to know the answer to this shit. To be honest with you, before I let you go, this shit is dragging on, but I need to answer this shit.
You want to go to cancel and save it?
Oh man, damn! I was hoping we were gonna save this one for Tuesday. Fuck.
Yeah. When do you know on the first date is the appropriate time to secure the first kiss?
We should wait.
I can tell you that.
Yeah, we want. That's what I want. I was waiting for you. I saw you. Maybe I should have ushered you in a little bit more. So yeah, that's what we want to know because the guys is listening right now. All the guys want to know.
Okay, I can definitely touch in on this one. When is it okay to secure the first kiss?
Lucky says when I throw her up against the wall. That might be the next topic I was gonna say, but I was trying to hold off on that shit.
Just go.
Peace out, Quincy. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, Quincy Lura. Take care, man.
Bye. So the woman always makes the first move on the first kiss, obviously.
All right.
Do they?
Yes, I feel like yes, because I went on a date where the guy was like about to go in, and I leaned back.
Oh yeah, Did you hate that shit? I'll be like, yo, Fat Joe on?
Lean back.
I leaned back. I was like, whoa, like this is our first date. I was not feeling this, so I'm not gonna kiss you.
But you
So
ate his food though. That's messed up. You ate his dinner he bought you, but you didn't want to kiss him.
I
Yeah.
paid for my own shit. Okay. This was that first date meeting that we talked about podcasts ago, where the guy was like sitting in his car waiting for me to text him that I was already there.
Oh yeah.
Even though I was like sitting there for hours waiting for him. And then he comes in and I had already ate. I had like 3 beers down already. And then he comes in talking shit. And then he came out walking me to my car. And then I was just like, he leans in for a kiss. I was like, what? No, like, hell no. I don't know you like that. Like, I'm not gonna kiss you just because you feel like this is the first date and like that's expected or whatever. No, fuck that shit. If I'm feeling you, I'll kiss you on the first date. If I'm not feeling you, it's not gonna happen.
So if you
So
don't kiss him on,
at
if you
what
don't
point?
kiss him on the first, if you don't kiss him on the first date, maybe because you weren't feeling, do you go on a second, or does the kiss or if you give him a kiss, do you get the second?
For me, if I kiss somebody on the first date, there's definitely
It's
gonna
gonna
be
it's gonna be
there's gonna be a second date.
But at what point?
There's not going to be a second date. And if I do go on a second date with you after the fact that I don't kiss you on the first date, maybe I'm trying to see something else. Maybe it's like a different scenario, a different vibe that I'm trying to see. And if it doesn't happen, then that's it. I'm done. I don't do a third date. I don't do all that. So maybe the first date was probably, if it was off a little bit and I feel like it was off a little bit, I'll give you a second chance. Even if I don't kiss you on the first date, I'll give you a second chance. But after that, no. If you don't redeem yourself after that, it's over. It's a wrap.
But hold up, do you wait to the end? If you're feeling a dude and you want to kiss him, do you wait to the end of the date to do it, or would you? So you'll just do it in the middle of the date?
Yeah, I do it whenever. I'm very organic and just go with the flow. So whenever we're like feeling it, maybe if we're sitting at a table where he's like across the table, of course I'm not gonna just be like, it's awkward at that point. But if we're like at a bar sitting there, or we're at some place and I just go in for it, then yeah. I feel basically it's the woman's decision whether or not there's going to be a kiss involved. Because every time a woman goes in for a kiss, I mean, 95% of the time, a guy is going to lean it back in for it, you know. So the woman basically runs that whole.
That's a good question. Read that. Read that somewhere.
Michael says, what if you fuck on the first date and y'all still fucking with each other heavy?
Well, but question wise,
then you way past the first kiss on the first date. Then
I know.
Hold up.
Just like, oh, so you fuck on the first date, but I mean, it depends on how it goes. If you're gonna go further than that or keep going after that. Depends on the situation, it depends on the people, it depends on the connection that these people have together. It all depends.
So you just be sitting at the bar next to him, and if you know you're gonna kiss him, do you like go up to him and just like grab his whole head and be like?
No, I don't grab. I mean, unless I'm very aggressive that night. But other than that, I'm just like it depends on the situation and the mood. It just happened. I like things happening organically. I don't like planning things. I don't be like,
that's not true.
I have this day off. Like, I want you to come over at this specific time, and this is when we're gonna have whatever. You know.
Hold up. I got a question for you, Lady E.
What?
I got a question for you. So you're saying you don't plan? You know when you go on a date if you got the period panties on or you got the nice thong that you plan to get seen later. You know that before you go on that date, or you don't wear drawers at all.
Technically, okay. If I go on a date, yes, I kind of do plan for any scenario that's gonna happen. So I make sure everything is right. But there's other scenarios, like let me just use last Saturday, for example. I was working all day. I was at the golf club working all day, sweating my ass off. I went and had drinks with some golfers afterwards. They were like 60, 70-year-old guys, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a lot of
Like,
fun.
let the sweat
I
off
had
your ass.
so much fun. No, I had so much fun. And I was supposed to meet up with somebody else afterwards. So I went to go meet up with them. And I was not able to shower. I was not able to do anything else. And I was just, like I was. And I did that. And I didn't prepare for anything else to happen that night. I was just like, I'm going to have a few drinks. I'm not preparing for anything else. And I just go with the flow. And even though I'm all like, I'm sweaty, I have bug spray on me. I have like sunscreen on me.
He licked all that shit off.
Hey, to each his own, but I'm just saying, like,
So you had a good hold on. So you had a good time with some old dudes, and you went and spun on some young spring chicken. You like, listen. So he got ass off from those old dudes because you were chilling with the old dudes, or hold up, or was it one of the old dudes?
chilling with them because I was killing time to meet other people to go out with. So I was killing time, and I was like, all right, I'll have one drink. And I ended up having like 3 drinks and a shot. But anyways, and then I went out to
Do
go.
the math. That was 6 drinks.
I went out to go hang out with my friends, and then I wasn't expecting anything. I just was like, look, I'm sweaty, I'm nasty, I'm dirty. I'm coming from a golf club for working all day. I'm not expecting anything, and I just go with the flow.
You allowed him to put his tongue on you, and you knew you didn't wash your ass.
Hey, you know what? I tell everybody, like, look, this is what I did today. That's on you.
So how would you feel the favor was turned, and you got some sweaty ass cashews?
As long as
some walnuts.
As long as he told me beforehand, I would be like, all right, I know what I'm getting myself into, and I know it's probably not always like this. And I even warned him. I was like, look, before you do anything, I have not showered. I've been sweating. I've been outside. And you know what? He still said, that shit tastes good. So I can't, whatever.
That motherfucker had COVID because he lost all taste.
Yep.
Michael Phil said, I didn't know her, and we met on the book, and then we met at a motel, and then we were months later. Damn, then we were there a month later. She wined and dined me the fuck out. But listen, yo, big ups. I've been there. Yo, I met this bad chick on the book one time. Went to her crib. She lived at home with her mom. Her child was in the crib in the same room. But that didn't bother me. That nigga needed to hear them clapping sounds anyway. Maybe he thought it was Barney or some shit.
You know what? You a dirty to do that. That's dirty as fuck.
Yeah, I like this dude. God. Nasty as fuck.
Oh my God.
I was trying to help him count to 1, 2, 3. So when he was clapping, like,
I can't. No, I cannot laugh at that. That's inappropriate. Oh my God, dude!
It happens like that. And Lady E, were you finished with that fine description of sweaty sex, like BO sex? Listen, he should have gave you a ticket for that shit.
A ticket?
That should probably taste like a Sour Patch Kid or some shit. Like some now later, some motherfucking.
We can't do this. We ain't doing this.
It's good, and I would love to see you all freshened up because that's just gonna taste even better.
Did he say that? Stop, yo! Listen, 90-day fiancés get off the webpage, dude, because that nigga was bugging. If I taste you, my tongue will go against your body and it tastes like sweat, salt, or anything sour. I'm washing you.
You getting your ass right in the shower.
Yeah, that's definitely.
I'm like, let me take a shower first. He was like, no.
Listen, did you go back to his crib yet?
No.
He's a nasty nigga. They got
That's a
cockroaches, all type of
nasty.
shit on
Yeah,
that motherfucker.
yeah. That's
This
that.
is in
Yeah.
him. That's a nasty motherfucker, B.
I know. I was like, damn. At least let me take a shower. Can we take a shower together? At least, like both of us.
Are you off for that?
Yeah. I was like, I want to take a shower or at least something because I felt insecure about it. I'm like, I want to shower or do something because I don't feel like that's disrespectful.
Let me ask you a question.
For me as a woman, I don't expect anybody to come at me if I'm not, showered and right.
But you did though. That's bullshit there because you let him.
You did. Yeah, you did.
Because he assured me that it was okay. So I was like, all right, I'm warning you. And he still loved it. So
That's right. He probably like, it was like warning you, it tastes like fucking lemonade down here.
Both of y'all two dirty, nasty mugs. This is what it is.
No, I tasted it before. It's fine. It was good.
All right, we off the rails now. We officially off the rails.
Yo, he look all the coochie sweat. The fuck off. Fuck it.
We off the rails now.
I just had it.
Yo, Earth, get off this shit. Let's hit a blind pit, and that's my calling, cause that's my nigga. We gonna head to yo. I got you, Lucky. I got you, G. I got you. Yeah. So yo, Ritalin, you about to answer this question because you look like you yawning and shit, getting tired.
Nah,
of shit.
I'm good.
I know you want to answer some of that nasty shit, or you just let her know that you were gonna suck all her nasty, dirty ass drawers, and you're gonna put that shit in your mouth and something, like gag you with that shit.
I might have. I don't give a fuck. It's a little baby. I'm going in.
That shit probably tastes like discharge, nigga.
Whatever.
She got that hit. Her shit tastes like cotton candy no matter what time of day it is.
No, it don't. Trust me. I'm pretty sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hold on. We got to count real quick. Would you eat ass on the first date?
All right, I'm about to log off now. Crazy, man.
Only hold up. I'll answer that question for you. Only if I wash that shit first. Lady E don't like to play in those playgrounds. Those are devil's grounds.
Are we still talking about the same question, or are we all getting a perspective on that, or was it just Lady E?
No one answered it but Lady E.
I could answer. I mean, I didn't know if we were all going to answer it. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, go ahead. I want to hear your opinion.
Oh, you got to put it back on the screen, man.
I'm working on it, baby. I'm working on it.
I don't see, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm a little insecure when it comes to doing stuff like that. Like, I'm not really like. I can have a good time the whole night with that person, and the vibe could be going like great. Like the energy's there. Like. You know what I'm saying? The flirting, the touching, and all that, man. But like when it comes to that, like making the first move, nah, man. I've always been like a pussy when it comes to that shit, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would prefer like if a girl made the move on me first, because then it would show me that, oh, okay, she's digging it right now. Than me like trying to do it, because I can handle rejection, but like, yeah, that same thing. Like, if I were to lean in and she didn't lean back to me, I'd be like, all right, well, like the night's over now. Like, you know what I'm saying? The date's done. Like, what are we doing now? All right, well, hey, I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna catch an Uber. See you later. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I would just be like, all right, what did I do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now I'd be in my fucking head. Like, damn, I thought it was going good, but I guess not. Like, I don't know.
No. It doesn't mean the night is over. It just means that she's not comfortable enough with doing that yet.
What if it was at the end of the night? What if I was like walking her to her door? Like,
but on the first date, a lot of guys expect that, and a lot of women know that men expect that. So it's like, if you're really interested in a woman, you're gonna let them make the first move. You're not gonna just go in for it.
But that's the whole point. We're trying to figure out how do we know?
Yeah, but
okay, I'll tell you.
I don't have any expectations though when I go out with a girl. Like, I don't. Like, I really don't.
Why
like,
not?
Lies.
No,
Why
I
not?
don't like because like I don't live my life like expecting something to happen at the end of the night. Like, yo, if I'm gonna take you out, like this is obviously my time to like get to know you on a personal level and whatever. And if it's going good, it's going good. But like at the end of the day, like I'm not expecting anything. Like to be
All right,
honest.
check this out,
Hold
bro.
up, before
I
you
must.
dive in there, he said to be
Okay.
honest, I tried to kiss on the 5th date. Nigga, yo, we ain't seeing a next date. If I'm listen. All right.
No,
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
that's
Sorry.
never mind.
Kev.
All right, bro. Check this out, man. If you have the attention of a young lady and she want to date you, you should think that you fly enough that she should want to kiss you anytime she with you, whether that's on a date, having a damn Starbucks coffee. If she want to spend time with you, you should be expecting to get a kiss from her. You should expect her to not want to want to put her hands on you all the time. You should be expecting that. You fly enough, ain't you? You cool, right? She should be into you. She should want to put her hands on you when she see you, right?
If she's
But you
really
gotta.
On the
But
first, yeah, but the
even
first,
yeah,
I got
Yeah,
now.
I think the
I
connection should
gotta
be real on the
disagree.
first date.
I have to disagree because I feel, yeah, like, yeah, we are expecting that, but like, I'm not expecting anything like that to happen, like at all, because then you're just in that moment in your head where you're just like you're waiting on it the entire time. This is gonna happen.
it's
What's gonna
just a kiss,
happen?
bro. It's not that serious. It's just a kiss.
You know,
It's not that
well,
serious.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like even that, like I'm just not expecting that. Yeah, she came out with me. She interested in me. Yeah, enough for her to actually come out. But
Okay.
that doesn't mean she doesn't have like other intentions, and neither do I, or I have other intentions.
That's cool.
You know what
Y'all
I'm
just getting coffee then. So
Yeah,
it's,
I mean,
it's
yeah,
always
you plan out
we getting
Yup.
coffee vibe then.
They
'Cause if you
renewing
on a
they
date-
renewing their library
Yeah.
card and shit like that. Because I'm looking at it this way, and quickly before I let Kat finish, you giving up ass honey or gas money? That's how it's going on, and that's just the facts of money shit. Because I'm looking for when I go out and I shave my motherfucking balls and my whole shit, and I'm going there leaning like Action Jackson. Oh, we supposed to get love in this club, and that's what I'm looking at. And then I'll give you the nicest guy in the world, but there's there's a reprieve. Like if you have a connection and and it don't end up being that way, cool. But 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna smash and grab and smash and grab, trying to get my lunch to go. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm talking about? Like the other night, though. Here's the thing, because even on the date the other night, right? I did not touch her the date. Did not. And I usually show the intimacy because I feel when you're on a date in the beginning, you have to start making contact, because if you don't make contact and touch this woman, then you start putting yourself in a friend zone. You have to show that there is a bond when you do a little thing like the small of her back, like her hand, like sitting next to her. Like you got to make that connection, even if it's not in a sexual manner. It's to know that there is a connection. And if you don't do that, then you're sending the wrong vibes, because there's like touch, taste. So the senses of dating. There's like, oh, your hand on her back. Like, oh, listen, oh, you look wonderful. Grab her hand. Like, yo, my name is Cornell. I grab her hand. And I still do the shit where you kiss the hand, back of her hand, smaller back there. And I also use the forehead kiss it. All those things I put in my arsenal, because if you don't have the connection of touch, then she can't visualize it going any further than that friendship. And though I just gave away too much of my book, don't worry, it's gonna be out in January. It's lonely at the top, because you just there is things about connection, and it's about fostering connection. I guess that's why. Listen, that's just the way it is for me. But when you reach a connection and it's not physical, that amplifies it even more. Because when you do get to see that person, it's like a combustion, because you don't have to do as much when you're in that person's spirit, when you're connecting spiritually, before you even get to the touching. But that first date, yeah, let the bitch know that you're interested, B, because you got touch.
I wasn't saying that I was like a stiff book or something like that. Yeah, I'm into the attraction and flirting and touching and stuff like that. I'm all about that. That's easy work for me to do. But I was just saying initially, like, nah, man, I'm not making the first move, man. I just don't.
Okay. So Black is right. You gotta break them barriers in the beginning so that she's comfortable enough to want to kiss you. So you don't have to be trying to worry about if you're gonna kiss her or not. She should want to kiss you. That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, even everything that Lady E told you is bullshit. Because she's not gonna. No matter if that nigga ain't touching her or making her feel wanted, she ain't leaning forward to kiss this dude. Because she's not gonna put herself. Whatever she tells you, I know how open she tells you. She's not gonna put herself out there and kiss you across the table if she don't feel that there's a connection there to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. So you got to make her. Sometimes when you go to everybody, if you get an advantage of going on a date with Lady E, you got to rub on her nipples. That's her secret thing. I'm gonna let you know that while you out there, rub on them shits. It's like calling Candyman, 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 or what Tootsie Roll Pop. No, I'm fucking with you.
Good to know. Good to know. Next time she makes me a cookie, I'll make sure.
Hold on. Listen, I'm not even gonna go there. But when a woman makes you some bakery or some baker shit, if you ain't fucking, that's a problem.
No.
I'm just saying, not you two. I'm saying, usually, if a woman makes you bake goods, she wants you to bake them goods.
There's a difference. There is actually a difference with that.
So we're gonna wrap this up tonight. I need who didn't speak on this topic. Was it who didn't get a chance to touch on it?
King.
Yeah. Well, sorry, King's not with us. We did actually have another subject that we wanted to gravitate to, and it's a very serious subject. And only because like you guys were so good and tuning in and actually interacting. This is what we want. This is what we built the platform for, because we wanted more interactive with the fans and stuff like that. And because of that, it did take us way over what we wanted to be on. We haven't had a 3-hour show in so long. But if we hit this next topic, we'd be on for like 6 hours. And unlike y'all, it's time to go night. It's night, nigga. Night. So we're gonna fast forward to this topic. We're gonna hit this topic. Hold up. We're gonna hit this topic up next week. I'm just gonna show you what it is, so when you tune in, you know where to leave off. It's like a bookmark. This is basically what it comes down. Is there a double standard when it comes to men being raped and women being raped? That's a real tough subject, and we've been laughing, giggling, and shit, and that's not a laughing matter. We will address this in our future podcast, but we do thank y'all for coming out tonight. Definitely. And on that note, my people, who you big? I changed the subject. I changed this topic because a lot of y'all motherfuckers be skating off and not be doing what y'all supposed to do. So now it's either big up or cancel B.
I like that. That's good.
So we'll big up somebody you want to give a shout out to. Here's your chance to do that. But before you do that, I'm gonna read these comments because we got 3 that just came in. Damn. Now we going to drink. Yeah, we definitely are. Lucky, I'll see you in a minute. Let me know. I'll be with my bullshit. Yo, you could definitely come on B anytime, man. Just hit us up in the group chat. We definitely entertain that. Mike, we appreciate your sincere. Yo, word up. Big up to you, bro. That's my big up then. My big up to Michael Phillips. You came, got on the couch, kicked your feet up, enjoyed the conversation, and we appreciate that, man. Keep telling your friends, share the link, share our YouTube page, smash, subscribe, alert, like, tell a friend, comment. Please, we don't have enough time to comments on there. Also, comment on the group page. Comment on there. Give the group reviews, ratings. We want to build this. I need to get reviews on here, guys. I need you to do that. Also, fuck night. Look, Lucky, I'm gonna see you, brother. Whatever. Oh Lord, that's fucking tough one. All right, so that is a tough one. So we're gonna address that another time. That's exactly why we ain't got time for all that right now. Definitely. So everybody, give you your big ups, and let's go to Big Kev. You looking at the sky and shit. I want to know who you giving up. Who you giving up big up to right now, or canceling?
Not really feeling like I want to cancel anybody today, except for the Dallas Cowboys for losing. So I'm canceling the Dallas Cowboys for losing today. But I'll be big up in them tomorrow. But tonight they canceled because they screwed up my evening. So you cancel Cowboys for losing. That's it. That's kind of cheesy, but that's all I can come up
Yeah.
with.
Well, you're gonna be canceling them all week, all year long. Well,
As soon as
we'll
we,
get them asses out of here.
as soon as we're not live, I can think of 1,000 down people I should be canceling. As soon as we click off this month.
That's all right. Just write them down in your little notepad, and we'll talk about that later.
There you go.
I'm gonna let Lady E finish, so I'm gonna go to you, Rhythm. Who are you bigging up, or who are you canceling tonight, B?
Can I do two? Can I do both?
Do whatever, B. We feel this. Whatever.
Oh, well, I'm gonna big up the cast tonight, man, for letting me have on here again, man, because it's always a good time. And we stayed on here for 3 hours tonight. It was a lot of fun, a lot of different perspectives. So, can't wait to be part of it again. And then my cancel, since Big Kev basically stole my idea. Saying I was gonna cancel out the fucking Atlanta Falcons today for fucking giving out another blowing them another lead in the fourth quarter. Yeah, they straight trash, man. We gotta get them out of here. Plus they're part of the NFC South. Cancel them. Cancel the whole fucking franchise, bro. They shouldn't even be a team anymore. And that's it.
They lost?
Yeah, they lost. They lost to the Bears today.
Yo, they were up. It was nothing. Bengals were blank.
But, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and plug myself in though too, man, while I'm on here. So, make sure y'all catch my fucking podcast tomorrow night. In Your Face, all about the Bucks, 8 p.m. It's a lot of fun. Doing a lot more shit than all these other lame ass sports shows I've been seeing. So you definitely want to be part of that. And that's all I got to say.
No doubt. And the lady of the group, all I'm gonna cancel with, because I'm gonna let her close that out, and she's gonna unplug the Power P shit and the drinking game, all that. She's gonna do all that good shit. I'm canceling the humidity right now. My balls are sticking, bro. My shit is like, yo, I don't even like you know those little slime balls you throw against the fucking wall and them shit just stick there. Yo, I don't try to powder. I don't do this humidity I'm canceling, but I don't want the winter to be. I don't want the. I feel like I'm in Florida right now. It's been that type of motherfucking day. I'm canceling the weatherman because that motherfucker don't know shit. Yo, I would want to be a weatherman because you ain't got to be right about anything. You gonna be like, oh, it could be, nigga, I don't know. I'm gonna drink my 40 tonight. It may be breezy out here. There's a 12% chance of rain. Because when you say 12% chance, nigga, you like, oh, it ain't gonna rain. But then again, it might. And then they be like, yo, I told you it was a 12% chance. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. That's the most wrongest, rightest job in the world. A meteorologist, B. Yo, fuck the weather, man. I'm gonna say Pac saying, if you down with the Weather Channel as a community or crew, if you want to fucking ride with the fucking Weather Channel, then fuck you too, because them niggas get it wrong all the damn time.
That's funny.
All right, we're gonna swing it to Lady E. Swing it, Lady E. Swing. Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, I don't really have anybody to cancel tonight. Maybe I would cancel my new dog that I got. Just because she's a stray, so she's not fully potty trained yet, even though I watch her like constantly. She'll like do one thing outside, but then come inside and do something else. And I'm just like, why can't you just do both outside? Like, I'm taking you outside like constantly. I don't get it. But she's learning. She's good. Slowly but surely, she's getting there. I totally agree.
She's shit in the house?
Huh?
She's shit in the house?
She'll either shit outside but then pee in the house, or she'll pee outside and shit in the house. It's either or. It's like it's never both yet. So I'm like slowly trying to get her to like, but last night I got to cancel her for sure because she had me up until 6:30 in the morning. Okay, I got home. I was trying to go to bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and she had me up till 6:30. She wanted to play. I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? Infant, sleep during the day. So I feel like living with people again. But you know, she's learning. She's such a sweet dog. I can't even be mad at her. Like she's so cute. But she's definitely attached to me. She follows me everywhere. I'm in the bathroom doing my makeup. She's like, she jumps on the counter and she's like right there, you know, watching me in the mirror. It's so cute. But anyways, so big ups to her, but also canceling her ass.
At the same time, I feel you. Hey,
but
by the way, you can't give it.
Right.
Mhm.
What?
Oh, go ahead.
Kev, you're gonna say something?
Oh, I was gonna say you cannot give your
so I do
dog
wanna
NyQuil. You know.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, good.
I do want to say Power P is Friday nights now at 8 p.m. So make sure you tune in for that. We're going to be, you know, touching some touchy subjects, talking about some real shit. So Friday nights, 8 p.m., all women's podcast. That is going on there. And then also I want to put out there that we are going to be starting again our asking for a friend. So email your questions to powerpwomen@gmail.com and we will definitely answer your questions live on air. If you have any questions that you want to ask us, you want to have like a female's perspectives on these things, you know, just make sure that you tune in for that and email your questions to us because we definitely want to have the viewers stay tuned for our truth and drink game that we do at the end of our podcast because that's so much fun. All the viewers love that shit. So yeah. All right. And that's pretty much all I'm gonna say. So stay tuned for Tuesday. Tuesday night is our another podcast. 9-10 Clock Watch.
This week, please check out our YouTube-based show also, The Montana Way with Mama Montana. We released it the other day. Check it out. It's only on YouTube. We don't do a live show of it. We basically put it up there. We have more YouTube shows just coming out too. We're definitely going to have. Let me get this off to this. Sorry. We're going to Riddle and his show will be featured on Clockwatch too. Well, too. We're working out the little kinks and shit. We're gonna get that out there so you can check it out for all the Bucks fans nationwide can tune in and enjoy and add and interact with them because it's a dope show. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. That man's on his shit. I love it myself. I was a sometimes Bucks fan because my boy was on there. Yeah, Jameson. But he's not there anymore.
You need to hit that hotline up, man, and call me when I'm doing it live, bro.
Yeah.
Call me.
Well, then I'll do so too. Cause we're working on that live. We're working on a feature like that for our show too, that people can call us and get involved with us. But we'll see how that work out. I definitely appreciate everybody that still stayed with us till this last 3 hours. This has been a long show. We haven't had a show this long since we opened. But yo, it was informative. It was good. We talked. We had conversation. It didn't even seem like it was this long, but it was this long. But I do appreciate anybody stay there. Please, if you don't catch us now, catch us on the rewatch. And we're still getting comments coming in, which is good. Yo, thanks, John. And yo, Michael, I lived in Tampa for 13 years, B. I know how that shit get. My shit was like TLC waterfalls. I had to make sure I changed that shit up. I wasn't using the right powder and shit. Then when they said about what you call talcum powder causing cancer, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I got women like
how you can't.
What? I didn't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, we
I
can't
was
hear
saying, imagine how me and Riddle feel. We live in Florida, so that humidity. You can't hear me?
Now we can.
That humidity is fucking brutal here.
It's fucking ridiculous. I hate it. I hate it, especially after it rains. Oh man,
that's exactly what happened here. But we're gonna be out there. We're gonna be out in the community soon. We're gonna do a lot of things. Oh, also, please, we got the store up. Get you a Clockwatch merchandise. We there's on our page. It's tagged up there. Get you a hat. Get you a mask. Get you a shirt. Get you anything. Get you a mug. We got all that available to you. Please support the label. Support us because we support y'all. And we do love y'all. We gonna be out this bitch. Everybody say goodbye because Clockwatch is over and out.
Peace.
Signing off from Black Earth on 11-2, 11-7, baby. Let's get it.
Later.